Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're good. All
Are we
right.
good? Are we good?
Hey everyone, he's Cameron.
He's not Cameron, and we're the martial artists.
And
Welcome back to our stream.
And we're the not Cameron artists.
And we're the not Cameron artists. So what we're doing today is we're doing a little casual thing of I just skipped the tutorial, playing Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age, and I can easily play this and talk at the same time because I've played this game like 5 million times.
Yes.
So
this is your robot game.
yeah. Thank you for everyone joining us. We hope you enjoy our content.
Fine.
And
Hurry it up or they'll find us.
like I said before, I completely skipped the tutorial because
Just a little more.
this is a very, very
You keep
casual
an eye out for me up
playthrough.
there, Kites.
Not so much focused on the story, not so much focused on the game, so much as we are just
3 more.
talking about events that are coming.
Time to
up,
clean
events that
house.
will come up. Events that makes no sense.
Can I say another thing that won't make any sense without context is I was really upset that this game did not give you the mythril sword.
Oh yeah, it doesn't. It's still in the game, but it is.
I liked it being your starting weapon.
Yeah, it's. Although I do like the dagger, it makes sense being the dagger.
Cat on YouTube says hi Cameron and not Cameron.
Hi.
Hello. Hello Cat.
I'm gonna
Welcome
be-
back to the stream.
I'm gonna be upset if these rats come in with because we just won.
Welcome Farm Curry to the stream on
Wow,
YouTube.
Vaughn,
Welcome Kefka to
you
the
got
stream
him
on
all
YouTube. And
yourself?
welcome Elijah to the stream on YouTube.
Guess I know
Cameron,
who to call when
that
something big comes
that's
along.
Hey, it's good practice
Huh?
for the desert. I'm
G
ready
Max
for
Cameron
anything now.
started.
Yeah, that's some other dude clearly.
Jim Joe.
That's enough for today.
Uh,
You should get back
Why
to
don't we,
Miguel's place,
before we
Kites.
get to the main
Aren't you running
subject
errands for him?
of the
Oops,
stream today.
totally forgot.
Yo, hello Elijah. Welcome to the stream. Before we
You
get to the
should
main
come,
subject,
Vaughn.
why don't we give
He's
a
busy
little
today.
because this is the
Might have
start
some
of our
work
full
for you to do,
playthrough
too.
of 12.
I've
Yeah.
got
Why don't we give a little
work to do.
pre-context of
Hey, lock this
of
place up for me, will you? If Miguel finds out we've been down here,
why
he'll tan our
we're
hides.
choosing to do a full playthrough of 12.
okay, so what we're doing right now is starting 12 because
Also, if we can get big favor if we can get a mic check
yes, please.
from chat, let us know how our audio is.
What we're doing is we're choosing to do 12 because it's Zidane is not in this game, Elijah. No, Zidane is only in 9, which we already did our playthrough. We're doing 12 because Marshall likes 12. I like 12. And it's a game that we can just play and not get too involved with and still be very. This is one of Marshall's favorite scenes.
Take it. It's a gift.
But it's just a game that we easily get into.
Cat says that we're fine.
You luck.
No, I'm more like
Elijah
a
says
4
that
a 4 out of 10.
Oops, sorry.
Which way you going,
Yeah,
Joe?
on a good day. That's me. I'm not fine.
It's gone.
Oh, you.
The boy.
The boy.
The boy.
Get out.
That's the only reason I like that scene is that
Ever
line.
since.
That line right there. Ever since I played not even ever since I played the game. Ever since I decided to make that my thing. Anytime I refer to anybody, whether you
Call
be
him the boy.
whether you be a man or a woman, I refer to you as the boy. The boy did this. The boy did that. I went to go see the boy. I hung out with the boy today.
Hey, that's mine.
What do you mean
Every
boys?
time that we would
You've
play
been
the city or
stealing
do a
again.
Dustin and be like, "Oh, you're being the boy."
What
Oh,
happens
it's the
if
boy.
they catch you?
He also
need
took
you
on
to
the
be there
role
for us,
of the
Vaughn.
boy with the luscious locks.
You're no good to
Yes.
anyone if you're locked away in a
Those
dungeon.
luscious
Oh, what?
locks.
Am I the
Anytime I
leader
would
now?
face Cameron and he was playing as Vaughn, I was always out to get his
I
luscious
want those
locks.
locks. I just want
First
those.
thing you learn is you gotta watch out for
It's just
yourself.
Vaughn as
Come on,
an
Pendulum.
iconic character for us.
know
is
it as
just
well
kind
as
of
I do.
involved. He's more of a joke.
Hey, you
to
give
us
that
than
back.
anything.
Yeah, he's
What do you
kind of a
think
joke
you're doing?
even in this game.
I thought
Like,
that this money was
he's
Well, that's
the
how the-
main
down
character,
that's how
but
the
it's based on
game-
his
yeah, that's how the
perspective.
The
game
Imperial stole it from us,
brings
so it's
him
only
up.
fair that we take it back.
He's not even meant to
It's
be a
our duty
comedic
as
character, but that's how the game
Dalmaskins.
portrays him in every
Well,
instance.
Yeah,
Wasn't
it's
that
meant
what
to
you
be
said?
shown in the eyes of in his
Yeah,
eyes,
but
his
I never
perspective.
said anything about taking
Which-
it back from me.
Props to the developers of this game who did that, but
This
he
is
was
for that
also a
break you took the
last-minute
other day.
add-in to the game.
Just
Vaughn
because
was
I help
literally
Miguel
added
out every
in
now and then,
late in
doesn't mean
development
that
as
you
it
get
was
to
about
eat
to
for
be
free too,
produced.
you know.
Which I
And they're
think
like,
is,
wait, we don't want this guy to be the main
Yeah,
character.
which
We
I
want
always
this guy to
thought-
be the
I
main
always
character.
Think
thought
I
that
like
was like
living
an
like this?
interesting bit of trivia. Vaughn was never meant to be the main character of the game.
He wasn't even
He
meant
was
to
a
be
last.
in the game.
He's the Scooby-Doo of this game.
What?
Scooby-Doo was a last-minute addition. It was just going to be
One of these days,
the four main
I'll fly in
Really?
a ship of my own.
and then they threw in Scooby-Doo at the
I'll be a
end, and
sky
then
pirate.
because of
Free to
that
go
is
where I
why
want.
the game took off.
I had no idea.
Yeah, there's a bit of trivia for you.
But anyways, more context to this game. We love this
Well, be
game.
careful.
I
You'll
specifically
never
love
fly
it
anything
probably
if you're
more
riding
than
in a dungeon.
anyone ever should.
Mm.
I have when I
Miguel
this
had
is
some
this is the
errands to be
Zodiac
doing.
Age
He
version,
wanted
which
you to
is
drop
the
by his
updated,
place.
basically international
might be a
version
good
of
idea
the
to lend a
original
hand.
game.
This is one of those instances where adding that little bit onto the title makes all the difference.
Yeah, it made the game. The original game, I exploited the hell out of that game, and now I'm doing double speed mode. You can do all this because it makes things grinding go by so much faster. It was added on into this, but the original game I exploited on PS2, and I don't know. It's I learned everything about that game to the point where the drops were, what the percentages were, how to make everything, where everything was, and I 100% completed that game. And then the Zodiac Age came out, and while it still holds true to its original, it adds in so much more and changes a bunch of things around.
Right.
That to the point where it's still like really new to me,
So you
but
want
at
me
the
to
same
play his
time
career?
brings me
Hey,
back
no
to its
I
original roots.
remember how much you griped about not being able to play the Zodiac.
The international version.
Yeah,
No.
you were so upset that you weren't able to play it because of how much it added and how much you were missing out on it.
Yeah.
Go to the
And
then
then this
you
came
were
out.
so stoked when you realized that they were making a remaster of 12.
Yeah, and
turning
I
it
was so excited.
and adding in all the international.
I was so excited. I think that was the thing I was most
Rebecca
excited
Lance on
for.
YouTube says, "Hi all."
Oh,
Hello,
Rebecca.
Welcome back to the stream.
More context as to why we are doing this. This is something that I can play with.
Before we miss him, this character here is my second favorite
Yes,
character of-
Miguelo. He drinks too much whiskey.
He's my second favorite character of this game, and he's my third favorite character of all of Final Fantasy.
Which is saying a lot.
First is Vivi,
Mm-hmm.
second is Prompto, and third is Miguelo. And it's a close tie with third and fourth for Quinn.
Like, it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no
Like,
sense.
but-
Hello, Car M. Thank you for joining.
Welcome back to the stream, Gar. Like, the first and second placeholders are legitimate. They're legitimate as to why they're my favorite characters.
There
but
you
third
are,
and
Kite.
fourth are absolute
Stop
jokes.
loafing
why they're
around.
there, but
Yes.
they
This
are
is fun.
indeed
Look,
there.
this
They
is
are
it.
indeed
I
there.
love it.
In
This
his
is why
favorite
we didn't
characters
get
of
here on
Final
time.
Fantasy and all of its
Creatures
multiverse,
spotted in the Esther
those
sand.
two
What is
joke
that thing?
characters.
Oh my gosh.
Ah,
love it.
Vaughn.
More
Miguel sent
context
you
as to
too,
why
did he?
we're doing this.
He's a busy man these
It's a
days, that
game that we
Miguel,
both
if I dare
enjoy.
say so myself.
I can
I
play
don't
it
envy him the work,
literally
though.
and
Not
talk.
a bit.
I've played it so
Quite
much
the
to where
affair
it's
throwing a
second
banquet to
nature
welcome
to
the
me,
Imperials,
which
eh?
most other games is
Welcoming.
not.
We should be.
I have to focus on
Whatever.
it, or I have to focus on something
Say
else.
Tomaj, what's
Um,
this?
So that's why we're doing this
Don't
as a very
remind me.
casual stream, just getting more
Got some
audience
nastiness
interaction
out there in the Esther
involved.
sand. What's stopping our
and
couriers? And that
One of the
means
things that we're
shortages
going to do is
all
we're about to
around.
come up on
Thought
our
I'd put up
first
a bill,
class
offer a
chain or
reward to
class
anyone who can knock that
selection
nasty back in
for
its
Vaughn.
place.
And they're all based on the zodiacs.
Now that's
the
work.
the
Sounds 10 times better than running
Aries,
errands for Miguel.
Sagittarius,
That's
Virgo,
right.
Leo,
Vaughn,
all
you should
those
give it a
things.
shot.
And
all
you
coming
should be
up.
Getting back to Miguel.
There are 12 classes
Now,
to choose
Kite.
from. You can only choose
He was waiting
one,
for you.
and
Oh,
later on you will
right,
be able to
right.
choose a second class for that character. And the more characters we get to choose different classes. So as audience involvement, we would like you guys to choose Vaughn's first class, as per Marshall's request. We originally were going to do it as a
Yeah,
random
we were gonna
spinner
do
and
a
be like,
random
okay, that's what it is.
If we have to, we can do that. But if you guys want to join in, we would like you to pick Vaughn's first, and we'll show the Zodiac. If you're not familiar with this game, we'll show all the Zodiacs. We'll show you like what class belongs to which, and then you will pick.
Yep, which we're about to do
that.
right now. So if you guys are staying true to us, please help us out. We would like you guys to put a vote up of what you guys would like his first class to be. And again, they're very... this is an JRPG, meaning it's a role-playing game. Once you... No. Okay. So we go to licenses. And now we must choose one of 12 classes. There is White Mage, Shikari, which is basically a thief, fights with a dagger. Bushi, which is a samurai, fights with a katana. Black Mage uses black magics like fire, ice, blizzard, water. Archer uses a bow. Foebreaker uses an axe and a shield, or sometimes bombs. Time Battle Mage uses crossbows. Monk fights with their fists and pole weapons. Knight, sword and shield, great sword. Red Battle Mage uses maces and shields and also has very good white and black magic properties. A Machinist uses guns and tricks and all that sort of thing. The Ulan uses spears and is a very powerhouse. So if you guys would like to be involved, we can't continue until we choose this part. We can.
We'll give you. We'll give you some buffer.
We'll give you buffer time. We'll check the chat, but.
Do you remember how much effort we put into trying to connect each class with their zodiac? Because some of them
we could have just looked it up, but we were just.
Some of them were pretty standard. Like like you can tell that the archer is Sagittarius.
Yes.
But some of the symbols didn't really.
They didn't match
up.
Or they looked like they matched, but they were definitely something else. It was the Esther Sand,
Right, and we could have easily, like you said, we could have easily looked it up, but we thought it'd be a fun little challenge.
This is a fun scene too.
We put in a lot of effort to do
No public passage on account of the Lord Consul's parade.
But again, we could have just looked it up, but we didn't. We actually put forth the effort, and we're like,
for the fate tonight,
it was
sent me to pick up a few choice morsels for the
Sunday evening.
Consul's dining pleasure. He wants them quick.
The sun.
I
was
got the
out.
writ of transit right here.
the sun was out.
The
So
sun
it
was out,
Sunday.
and I remember like I wasn't working.
I just
that
hate to
day.
see the Consul upset
we had
because his
come in
food
from the
wasn't ready on
snow.
time. And I sure hate to see him take it out on you.
The Lord Consul is a great man, and not one to take offense at such trifling
Also, Vaughn's voice actor is a rapper in real life. It's kind of funny.
He used to be a rapper. He's
now like a gym.
He's a personal trainer
Yeah.
now.
Wouldn't do to keep
He's
the
actually
Consul waiting.
like.
Right.
It's always kind of weird when I see notable actors.
It wasn't just that he was a rapper; he was a pop.
Cat
Our first vote, the thief. And generally, that is what I usually choose first, because Vaughn as a thief is a.
He's the most well. I feel as though Vaughn is the most well suited to be the Shikari.
I'm supposed to get that small package. Let me back in. All right, so now we're gonna wait. So we have one vote for the thief, and so far it's a good vote because the thief actually in this game has some of the highest HP in the game, which is surprising. The monk has the highest, the Shikari, and I believe the knight.
I think it'd be the knight has the highest, just
No,
because
no,
they're
the
meant to be a
knight-
tank.
The knight gets the tankiest because they get the heavy armor, while the I gotta talk to you to get this, so I
Must have
can
been, like, really
can
thirsty
sell
or
this
something.
small package he just gave me that he told me not to sell, because I'm a
I think we're rolling in the thief role right now.
yeah.
We're really
So
playing it
I
up.
guess we're gonna choose the thief, but
See, I'm gonna have to like praise you for a minute, because right now you're running around and you're like without any thought whatsoever, whereas I'd be lost by now and I'd have to keep rechecking the map, being like, okay, where am I? All right, this is north. All right, I'm going this way.
yeah, I've played this game so many times. I'm just like, yeah, I already know. See, we already have. Oh, we don't have. This is stuff I can buy, which I don't need right now. Hello, Kites. We don't need to talk to you because you're a little jerk. Have either of you played D&D? Yes. Yes, we have. In fact, I greatly enjoy D&D. So far, my favorite that I have played has been a bard.
I've played 2 D&D games before, so definitely Cameron has more experience with that.
But yeah, so far, I greatly enjoy playing it. I like experimenting and I like creating new classes. But so far, my favorite has been playing a bard. Just because of how wacky and stupid they can be. Just because. So yeah, I sold your package, dude. Sorry. 150 gil. It's a good starting money, so.
Yeah, more money in your pocket.
So now we're going to do a little bit of grinding, but before we choose our first class, so far we have one vote. One vote. And I'm going to give it till about probably the next 10 minutes or so before we choose.
Why don't you show the classes one more time?
I will show the classes one more time. White Mage, which healing magic, protective magic. They fight with a rod. Yeah, a rod. Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Do they use? No, I just want to preview it. They use rods. Yes, rods. I couldn't remember. The Shikari, which fights with daggers. Fights with katanas. Fights with staves and black magic, which fire, ice, thunder, water, all that. I always play rogue.
My second D&D game, I played as the rogue, and I ended up. It was fun getting to play as a rogue because it was more fight and flight skills, which was okay. I was perfectly having it be like my second playing of D&D. I was perfectly fine letting other people go in there so that I didn't do anything stupid. But then it was kind of cool when I upgraded my rogue to the Shadow Dancer, because that was actually pretty fun, getting to
Shadow Dancer was
jump
pretty,
in and out of the shadows.
pretty OP.
That was pretty fun.
Black Mage, Archer, fighting with bows, obviously very quick oriented. They have a lot of skills as well. Fullbreaker.
Secretaries for the win.
Fullbreaker uses axes, which do random damage in this game, but they have they have a tendency to do really high or really low damage. And they also fight with heavy armor and shields. So very tanky class, very powerful class. Time Battle Mage uses time magic and also fights with a crossbow, so they're a back ranged fighter. Monk is up close and personal. They hit really hard. They hit a lot of times, and they can take a lot of hits, and they use light armor, which further increases their HP, and they have the highest HP gain in the game. Knights, sword, shield, heavy armor, they're pretty basic. Late game, they get access to white magic, really high-end white magic. Red Battle Mage is kind of a jack-of-all-trades sort of thing, but they fight with maces and shields. They can use red magic, not red magic, white magic, black magic. Let's get things started. Thief, high five, cat. So it sounds like everyone wants Vaughn to be the thief. So we're gonna go with thief.
Vaughn will start out as the thief.
Yes.
We can do this again with our next character.
Yep.
If
So
people are
now,
willing
because
to
we have
chime
6
in.
license points, we're gonna go ahead and equip him with the
I will say that from the Final Fantasy games that I've played, this is probably my favorite level up system and skill giving system. The license board. There's Alexander.
Man, that guy gives so many people their earliest game over in any Final Fantasy.
Gave me my first scare of the game, and then when I realized that it's a neutral enemy, I stood around it playing with it.
Also, they changed the Orikea armlet in this one.
What do you mean?
So originally it only gave 25 HP extra. Now it gives you 1 defense, 1 magic resist, and 25 HP in the Zodiac version. So it's much better. Gives you a nice buff. So now that I've played this game so many times, now we're just going to kind of grind a little bit.
A lot of things, like, there's a lot of praise that I give this game, and why it ranks up there for one of my, like, one of my favorite Final Fantasy games is because, like I said just early, the license board system has got to be my favorite level up system.
Yeah.
And the combat was a lot more
oriented for you. It wasn't.
Yes. Because one of the things that I don't really like about RPGs is the turn-based combat. I'm able to put up with it, but I'd rather not.
I'd rather not.
But this game is more free flow. It's live action.
I'm gonna touch that save crystal so I don't have to waste potions. It's more action oriented. It's more flowy.
There's
in a way.
There's a word.
It's not free form.
Real time.
It's not real. It's not free form. It's not real time like Kingdom Hearts, but it kind of fits in the best of both worlds to turn based and also ATB/free form, and I kind of think that really helps
Rebecca
out.
says Thief is okay. I think.
Yeah.
The monk looks good too.
Yeah, I already have a character in mind who I would like to be the thief.
You are the thief.
Not the thief, the monk. The monk is actually my favorite class in general in any RPG, and the second is the thief. And I would have to say the third is probably the red mage because they are a jack of all trades.
I love the level up.
Although,
in this game. All the music in this game just makes you feel empowered.
yeah, that's also
Like,
that's
no
another
joke.
reason with this game. This game has such great music.
There's so many things that about this game that is amazing, and yet nobody remembers this game as
Everyone says this game
yeah.
is lackluster,
They-
which
they don't- they
compared
don't-
to other ones, it
They don't
kind of
put
is.
this game on their Final Fantasy list.
Right.
This one never makes the cut.
But this one definitely does on mine because I've spent so many times playing this
I'm
game.
sure there's a lot of people that would disagree with me, but the majority of people that I've talked to, maybe turn game audio just a little lower.
Okay. I'm just sort of grinding around, doing a bunch of things. As you guys can see, I'm playing at 2x speed. This is normal speed.
The majority of people that I talk to, they never talk about Final Fantasy.
Ooh, 3 hits. Nice, Vaughn. As you can see, it kind of the combat looks like it's so slow. Like there's no punch to what he's slashing at, as opposed to if I go this way, it looks like real-time fighting in a sense.
I suppose so.
The running not so much.
I
Ooh, there's a
turned
cockatrice
the
there.
game volume down a little bit more. Is it any better? Do we need any more corrections? Let us know.
As Vaughn also starts out with the steal command, so it's automatically that he can very easily fit into the thief role. But because he starts out with the steal command, he can be any type of class and still have that steal.
Is it kind of a trope of Final Fantasy to give you a thief at the start?
Not really.
Like I know 10 really doesn't do it.
10 doesn't do it. In a sense, they do because
give it
they
to
give
you
him
for
they
one
give you a
section,
quick character,
and then they take it
yeah.
away.
But they did it very notably in 9, because
Yeah.
your starting character Zidane is a thief. 12 also thief, and then you encounter 2 more. the next 2 party members you get,
like,
besides
man.
Pinello, are thieves.
It's like, man, is thieving just a little too slow for you? Well, here's 2 more thieves. Got a full party
which
of
is
3 thieves.
which
all
is
ready to
good because
steal.
they also start out with the steal
Yeah.
command, no matter
It's-
what,
it's-
which is
it's-
great.
It's kind of funny how they just load you with thieves in this game.
Also, in the original game, your license board was huge. It combined all the license boards, so you could make every character everything.
I think I'm gonna make that level up. I think I'm gonna make a new GIF for our
subscribers?
subscription and alerts. I think I'm gonna put in a new GIF.
See,
with
now
that-
he
with
won't
that
steal.
sound- With that sound for the level up, because I love it so much.
Yeah, you used that for the Castle Crashers.
I did.
videos.
I put in the level up sound for the Castle Crashers video. I went the extra effort to edit that in every time we leveled up. Just because I love
It's like, hey, you know if we can do that? There
you go, I did
There
it.
it is. As opposed to, say, Final Fantasy X, which is also one of my favorite games. Yeah, you get at the beginning a quick character, but not so much a thief. But at the same time, you can very easily make him into a thief.
Only with the new version.
With the new version, yes. Oh, we're hurt. Hello, Alexander. How are we today?
He's coming to help.
Yeah, he came to help. He ate one. Yeah, don't fight him.
Yeah.
You'll die. You will die.
Duly noted. I've never fought him actually. Like
You don't want to.
I don't joke around with it.
Is the audio any better, Gar M, over on YouTube? Who made the
I turned it down
suggestion?
a few. Yeah, I turned it down a few notches.
Another thing, like we were doing this because we wanted to talk more about upcoming events, specifically
Yeah.
this weekend.
Yeah. I just wanted to get the
why we're doing
our
this,
main
yeah.
talk of Final
Yes, a
Fantasy
Phoenix
XII out of
down.
the way.
I am going to do the Dustia farming in this when we get Pinello. There's a reason, because it's broken.
Yeah. Cameron's got some.
I've got some
cheating-
exploits
he's
in
got
this
some
game.
cheating
It's not
techniques.
cheating, it's exploiting. There's a difference. You know, and if we remember anything, which you guys haven't seen because it never got uploaded, but if you remember anything from Jedediah Bastion, we're all about those exploits.
I think, I don't know, what would you, if say you're racing against an opponent and he's got a bad knee, is it an exploit to constantly keep kicking him in the shin before the race?
No, that's definitely cheating. That's definitely cheating.
You're not ruining the race, though.
You really are. Like,
But
it's kind of like the same thing
race,
of kicking
though.
someone when they're down.
What are you talking about? You're leveling up your character so that you can make him super buffy more than he's supposed to be.
Still a small
I'd say that's...
Yeah.
You're categorizing an exploit as something that's... They give it to you and you're totally allowed to do it.
Yeah.
If someone's knee is hurt, life is giving you the option to kick him in the shin and... You can do it. You can totally do it. There's nothing stopping you.
That's kind of the wrong metaphor, but
That's perfect.
it was
now we can hear you.
okay, good.
Before
good.
it was a little painful.
Thank you for the input.
All right, good. But yeah, we can come back and talk about Final Fantasy XII anytime you guys want, or anytime we think of something. I'm sure things will happen in the game that we want to think about. But we will now skip to the main reason of what we want to talk about in this stream. So this weekend is our eighth?
It's your 8th, my 4th time.
I have to, off the top of my head, it's my 8th time going to a convention called excuse me.
Why are you dying?
I'm sorry. No, it was a belch coming out.
I'm gonna go sell some stuff.
I've been like really chugging my soda. I think I must be like very thirsty. But yeah, it's about my 8th time, Cameron's 4th time going to a convention in our state called Toricon, and it's something that we love so much that we just keep going to it every year. So we're going to it again at this weekend, and it makes us want to talk about our best convention experiences and also talk about your guys' best convention experiences if you have any. And it doesn't have to be like a cosplay convention. It can be any convention.
Right. Specifically mine is probably my first convention, my first time going to Toricon. I was when I went, what was it? Ruby Season 3 had just finished.
Yes.
Had just finished. So a new character in that show had just been revealed, or was revealed earlier, but at that point the character had sprung up in popularity. So me, being the jerk that I am, decided that I was gonna I should probably buy some magic. Or no. Anyways, so I decided to buy this character's outfit online and got it custom made and tailored to my size. And me going in my first convention ever, I was deciding I was going to go all out. So I bought the convention, I bought contacts, I bought equipment to go along with him. This character used a drinking flask, so I brought that around with me everywhere. It's right up there is my drinking flask.
I don't know if you can see it, but
wait,
it's up there. It's
it.
now a trophy on our shelf.
Yeah, which I might bring this time still, just
For
because
what?
I don't know.
You're gonna put more Mountain Dew in it so it explodes.
Anyways,
that could
yeah,
be dangerous.
yeah. But anyways, so I had a blast because not only that when we parked in the parking lot of Toricon, we didn't take 5 steps out of the parking lot and we were swarmed by people. Oh my God, it's Crow! I was like, what? Can we please take a picture?
You were a big hit.
I was a huge hit that year, and to the point where there was a Ruby panel that was going on in that, and I wasn't a part of it. And they asked me to be a part of it when I went to their panel. Like, in the middle of their freaking panel, they're like, why aren't you up here with us? Get up here. I'm like,
stopped the panel and said, "What do you need to be up here."
And so they
Some
officially put me as part of their panel.
Random dude in the crowd.
Some random dude who was just there.
Went into their panel.
And everyone loved it. Like, I had such a blast. And that was from my first time being experiencing cosplay, because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. but my first time cosplaying, and that happened. Like I felt like I belonged there. I felt like I felt welcomed. I felt like I was making people
You couldn't
happy.
have received more of a welcome to something.
To something of a first time for me. And ever since then, I'm just like, I love doing this. I want to keep doing it. I want to make people's days.
What's good about it, like, what's good about that experience is that it taught you what really matters about cosplaying, because it's.
Welcome back, Elijah.
Elijah says he's back. Welcome back. Gar M says, so what do you think about the movie Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within? It was called a box office bomb and was blamed for the demise of Square Pictures.
The Spirits Within, the movie that we don't associate with Final Fantasy. I have seen it. I have seen it when it first came out, and I personally, when I was younger and I thought it was pretty good. The CGI was pretty good, I thought, but the story didn't really make much sense, and it was an office bomb. It totally tanked, but I don't associate it with Final Fantasy for reasons that it should not be.
When was that released?
2001, I think. I think it was released in 2001. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you can look that up for me, I think it was in 2001. But anyways, I don't like it. I after watching it again a few years ago, I basically said I do not like it. It is not good reputation for or representation for Final Fantasy as a general.
2001.
2001. I was right. So it came out literally about the year before Final Fantasy X came out. And Final Fantasy X was my first Final Fantasy.
Ditto.
So, anyways, go back to what you were saying of the convention experience.
Right. By the way, Garam, it's perfectly fine. If you guys want to deviate to a different conversation, that's perfectly
okay with that.
But we're probably always going to veer back to the convention topics. It's kind of our way of like hyping ourselves up for the convention.
Yeah, because it's coming up this weekend, and that's what we're doing.
But it allowed that moment, getting you so strongly acquainted with knowing that like this is cosplay, this is what you like to do, you like to see the smile on people's faces from just your own hobby.
Yeah.
Like it's great that it taught you that, because it taught you what's really like what's the most important thing about cosplaying, I think, is at least for me, and a lot of people will agree with me on this, it's getting to see the reactions of other people. You're making someone's day just because you decided to dress up as one of their favorite characters.
That another thing, which my second year when we decided, we decided to go as Prompto and Ignis, and that's a story in and of itself, because that came literally out of nowhere. We'll get back to that. But it was another thing, because when we went as Prompto and Ignis, again, the same thing happened. A bunch of people came up to us, and they were so hyped and excited to see us and all that.
15 was
new. 15 was new. It was still relevant, and people like consistently came up to us and like, please say something, please do something. Hey, you got any recipes going on? And then we would just flock to that. We loved it.
Go along with it.
And there was a point where we were in the merchandise area, and a bunch of other people came up to us and they're like, "Can we please have a hug?" And I was like, "All right."
Elijah says, "Marshall, tell your story." I'll tell my story eventually. When we get to that, I will tell my story.
But here's the story of how Prompto Ignis came to be. We actually have a YouTube series sort of thing. We're working on another episode actually.
Right.
But
that one hopefully will come out the 1st of next month. But you said you would next. I did say, Elijah, I did say it, and I will tell it. But I want to tell it at the right time.
Right.
But staying along with the Prompto and Ignis, if you guys have checked out our YouTube channel before, or if you want to check it out now or later, there's a series on there. There's a playlist called Prompto and Ignis. and it's 4 episodes of Cameron and I cosplaying and acting our own little sitcom as Prompto and Ignis. And the second video in that playlist is us as our first. It's the first time that we cosplayed as Prompto and Ignis
At the convention.
At the convention.
Yes, a broadsword.
And I turned it into this whole collage, and it's a really good video. I really enjoy it.
You know,
if you want, go check it out.
It's a shame that Vaughn's not a knight.
Excuse me.
Because we just stole a broadsword that he
Darn.
can't equip.
Darn, man.
Darn, man.
Save it for the night.
Save it for the night. Whoever's gonna be a knight. I'm gonna go fight that rogue tomato.
But yeah, so the plan was for me to cosplay as Jean Arc from season 4, because season 4 had just finished, and ever since the first season of RWBY came out, I started cosplaying as Jean Arc, and it was a pretty big hit at Toricon, was my Jean Arc cosplay, and I wanted to keep doing it. And when he got a new look to his outfit, I was like, I absolutely need to do this. So that was the plan. And Cameron didn't know what he wanted to do. He didn't want to do Crow again. Cat Cat on YouTube says, my first con was so awesome. My brother and his boyfriend dressed up as Tamaki and Kyoya from
Oren Host. Isn't that Oren Host Club, whatever it's called? Whatever, OHSHC. I for some reason I think I know what that is, but I've never seen it.
And they made me dress up as
Galvana lilies?
Harui. So many people asked us for pictures and to pose with them. We were in April. What will the streams be? If you stick around for the end, Elijah, we will reveal what our stream schedule will be for April, or it'll be next.
Nice
It'll be next stream because it'll still be March.
Yeah, it'll still be March. So we'll give a hint at the end.
But next stream, next Wednesday, we will.
We already gave a hint of what next month was going to be, didn't we? We did that last stream.
Maybe. I don't know.
We'll say it again at the end of the stream.
Right.
Yeah, all zombie stream. So yeah, April is going to be all zombie stream, but next Wednesday I'll actually bring up a schedule of what we're going to stream. So stick around for that if you want to know what we're going to stream in April. But Cat, what you said, it's what we were just talking about is like that's the best part of cosplaying for us is getting those reactions and making people happy. And Cameron's got another story for that, which we'll get to. But
I do.
I'm assuming like the Barth stories.
Oh yeah.
But
that's a good one too.
Let's not get off track. Before we lose track of our Prompto and Ignis story.
Yeah.
So the plan was for me to do Jean Arc from
this guy.
episode 4 of RWBY.
Hey buddy.
And I didn't. And I was just gonna do it. I was just gonna do it both days. And Cameron didn't know. Cameron didn't know what he was gonna do. He didn't want to do Crow. And then he decided, why don't I do Ignis from 15? And I was all for it. And then we were looking on the computer for an outfit for him, an Ignis outfit for him to get. And then we started looking at other outfits, I think. We looked at the Noctis outfit and we looked at the Prompto outfit.
Yep.
And then you were saying how at the convention you were excited to be Ignis, and you're going to be running around looking at everything and being like, "That's it! I've come up with a new recipe."
Yeah.
And you would do that to everything, and I'd be like, and then I said, to chime in on the joke, I said, and it's like, what if I was like Prompto or something? And I'd run around with my camera and take pictures of everything, and then we laughed it off. And then Cameron, like, he there was like a legitimate
There was like
pause.
a glint in my eye.
There was like a pause, like from a movie or a TV show, and he just goes, "Now hear me out." And then like, and then he brings up this idea of him going as Ignis and me legitimately going as Prompto, and he actually convinced me to do it. And he convinced me to put Jean on the back burner and put him to the second day and make Prompto my primary outfit. And I actually agreed to it. So that ended up being the plan. It was just this joke that we had that turned into probably our most popular cosplay.
Yeah. People loved it.
And
To the point where when we actually went, it was so successful and so popular that we went the second day as Prompto and Ignis.
we
And
decided
people
to go
again
through it.
came up to us and they're like, "We love you. Please keep doing
It was
this."
great. And then that, of course, evolved into
I'm level 5 now.
it evolved into us making a sitcom to go along with our Toricon entrance. So we made the first sitcom episode, and then we went to Toricon, and then we made the collage to go along with that. And then we made another, and then we decided to keep making more, and we made a cooking episode for Thanksgiving.
God damn it.
And then we made a winter episode, which is a lot more. It was
Very serious.
It was a more serious episode from the comedy that we had originally did, and it was actually really good. I think we did a really good job on that one.
And then it was only us two.
Right.
That's all we did.
It was just us out there.
All the Prompto and English videos, all the content we do, it's just us two. Mostly Marshall, but it is us two.
Right. The only help that we got is during the Toricon. We had a couple people add in their camera work, and some other people held the camera for us. But that was the only help that we've had. It's just been us two.
Yeah.
On this. But I'm still really proud of what we've done with the Prompto and Ignis series, and I still want to keep it going.
Yeah.
As long as we don't get hit with the copyright hammer,
Right.
which we're doing good.
So far we're doing
so
good
far.
because nothing's hit us yet.
Yeah.
Ban
So that was not much else to add on the Prompto and Ignis subject. We went the next year. We went as Prompto and Ignis again, except the episodes of Prompto and Ignis had come out.
The episode
I
DLC,
went.
yes.
I went as Winter Prompto, and he went as episode Ignis, and again, everybody loved us.
Ignis had to get the card. No, that was Prompto.
It was GF.
And it wasn't quite his girlfriend. It's
It was a lady that he
it's a
wanted
lady
to
that he
impress.
was. It was his girlfriend.
But yeah, I thought it was cool how
Now what?
the day that we did Prompto and Ignis again, we had cosplays that we had done, new cosplays that we had done the day before,
Yep.
and we didn't get as much attention that time.
You
like,
did. You did. You got. You and
okay,
your friend
yeah.
April got quite a few.
I went as Mercury from the Ruby series, and my friend went as Emerald. And a lot of people recognized us, and they really liked us. But I thought it was so fascinating that when we went as Prompto and Ignis the second day, it was just instantly people came rushing at us, and they,
But here's the thing.
and they
also,
wanted our picture.
It's like ever since we went as Prompto and Ignis. Well, here's the thing. When I
Traditional pumpkin pie.
when I went as Crow my first year, there were no Crow cosplayers. There were none. The next year we went, there were like
There were
5 or 6 Crow. Everyone went as Crow. So it's like I feel like I started a trope. When we went as Prompto and Ignis, there were no Prompto and Ignis cosplayers until the second day. Yeah, this is Marshall's favorite. Yes.
I love his
All
voice.
aboard to cool their throats.
Absolutely love his voice.
That's what's his name?
John DiMaggio.
John DiMaggio, yes. Who is also Waka and Kamari from Final Fantasy X. Talented man there. He's also Gilgamesh in this game.
Right.
Yeah. But anyways, when we went as Prompto and Ignis the first year, we saw one more Ignis.
I think so.
But that was the second day, and they said he was going.
Right.
as-
We
as
saw
Ignis.
one
But-
more Ignis. I think
but
maybe there
also-
was like one more Prompto.
Yeah,
but there
was
was a bunch of
there were a bunch of Noctises. But afterwards, it was the next year we went. We had not initially been Prompto and Ignis, but then there were so many more of like all the group, all the main four, just at Toricon. Like I feel like we start tropes.
I think so. Like I kind of want to say the same thing about Jean. When I went as Jean Arc the first time, when Cat on YouTube says my favorite cosplays that I've done have been
Catwoman, Iron Man, Kylo Ren, and Spider-Man.
Nice. What are yours?
So far,
That's a
mine.
good question.
So
Yeah,
far, mine
good
is
question.
still Prompto and Ignis. Like Ignis is my go-to. If I don't have anything, I will be Ignis because when I put on his costume, I put on the glasses, I put on the wig, and I just immediately I'm in his persona.
Yeah.
Like, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, you do it so well. You look just like him." Like,
it's
yep.
it's so easy for us to be Prompto and Ignis. Like we're able to inherit we don't have to try too hard to inherit those roles. Like when I cosplayed as Mercury, it was really difficult for me to be a jerk.
And when I was cosplaying as Crow, I had to like gargle my voice. I had to be like this the entire time,
rocks
and
in
I'm
your
like,
mouth.
it was really hard to project it that way, but I was still staying in character.
Elijah says I want to go to Comic-Con or E3. Me too.
I would like to.
More so Comic-Con than E3.
I just want to go to more conventions. It's just, man, cosplaying is an expensive hobby. It really is, but it is so rewarding. It is. I love it so much.
Jean Arc, my Jean Arc was one of my favorite cosplays.
King Ramanas. Ooh,
And,
it's coming up a good. Keep going.
And Jean Arc was one of my favorite cosplays. And what I was saying before was that when I first decided to do Jean Arc, I was one of the only ones there. I think there was like one other Jean Arc, but he was dressed up as in his school uniform.
Mhm.
I was the only one there in his armor. And then after that, more Jean Arc started to pop up.
Right. And then the year that you put Volume 4 Jean Arc on the back burner, another cosplayer was already Jean Arc Volume 4.
Right.
And he had an amazing.
His I was in envy of his armor.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm glad you went and not me, because you would have just overshadowed me, and I would have
Right.
just been in awe over you. Like, I wish I could have gotten like a tutorial from him on how he did his armor. It was amazing.
You know, speaking of, when I first went as Crow and we were at the Ruby panel, they referred to you as Better Jean.
I was.
You weren't even
Jean
a part
Arc.
of it.
I was Jean Arc, and I was in the audience. And they already had a Jean up in their panel, but they referred to me as Better Jean.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to overshadow the guy. The only reason they called me Better Jean was because I had a better sword and shield than him.
Yeah. Like, I also remember you telling me, like, you didn't want to admit it, but you told me, like, I'm jealous. You had such a great first experience that people
Yeah.
flocked to you. My first
Elijah and Rebecca have never been to conventions before. Is it something that you would want to go to, or is it not your thing? Like Elijah, I know he wants to go to Comic-Con or E3, but Rebecca, is it something that you would want to go to, or is it not really your thing? I'm just curious.
It's a big social thing, for sure.
Right.
It's not for everybody, but at the same time, you don't know until you try it.
Yeah, even if you say you don't have to go as cosplaying, still going to a convention.
A lot of people just go just to go and see other people.
But still, I honestly do say that conventions like that can be a little overwhelming for some people that aren't into that kind of thing, because they'll be too overexposed to people who are really overzealous about it. Excuse me, and it might set them off from it.
Also, he's actually one of my favorite villains.
Really?
Yeah. Because he's not really a villain, like, at all. He goes about doing the things that he sets out to do in sort of the wrong way, but he still accomplishes his goals. And he still ultimately ends up bettering the world as per his goals. He just kind of goes about it the wrong way. Like, he starts wars. He conquers kingdoms and all that. But at the same time, he's doing it for a good cause, for a good reason. and it's like this whole plot of Final Fantasy XII is basically Star Wars.
Stand about him like that.
legitimately, it's basically the whole plot of this story is Star Wars.
Right.
But that's another reason why people think Final Fantasy XII is one of the lesser Final Fantasies in the series.
I mean,
Franchise.
if it's the plot of the first Star Wars isn't broken. It's solid. So if it's not broke,
don't fix it.
Then don't fix it.
Don't fix it. But
they put their own spins on
Vaughn.
it, but you know.
They do.
Vaughn, you haven't heard a single word I've said, have you?
I feel like I lost my train of thought.
You kind of
Place has
concluded.
changed so much. It's like it's not even Rabanastre
I was
anymore.
talking about
Like
something.
the
Right.
Empire is swallowing it whole.
I was jealous because of how great of a first cosplay experience that you had, because I always had it set in my mind that your first experience should naturally be
Are
bad,
you crazy?
because you're
It's in
first
the
starting
palace, and
out.
we don't have an
Your
invitation if you
first
haven't
cosplay is
noticed.
always the worst, and
So,
it's
how are we doing?
okay to have
As if I
it
know.
be not a
Why
very
not
good
ask
experience
Modelo
because
to
you're
get you in?
you're just warming
Or
up to
go
it.
Right.
see old Dal
Which
in
is what I
Newtown.
had at my first
Why the
convention. It was
sudden interest,
weird. It
Vaughn?
was awkward. My
I told
cosplay
you.
was
I'm
awful,
going to take
but
back
I
these
only got
offers.
better.
Right.
Whereas yours, you came in and you had a blast.
What do you think?
Everybody loved your
Not
cosplay.
5 steps away from our
Everyone loved your
vehicle.
cosplay.
But I buy you
Everybody
all.
knew you. You were iconic.
Oh,
You stole the
please.
show at a panel
know
that
as
you
well
weren't
as
meant
I
to
do
be
the
in,
first thing you'd buy is an airship.
and it couldn't have been better.
All hail
Literally, I have
Vaughn,
another
star of
friend
Alaska.
did the same thing.
man.
It was her first cosplay convention, and she stole the show with her cosplay. She went as the witch from Left 4 Dead,
An airship.
and it couldn't have been better.
Oh,
And I was
man.
like, I was jealous. 'Cause I was like, why do you guys get to skip the bad convention? You get to
But
go
at the
right
same
to the
time,
good.
yeah, you were jealous, but you were also like, I'm so happy that you do that because now I have someone to go to conventions with.
I was happy that you actually like, it wasn't bad. Like,
Yeah.
you got to skip it and instantly you were like, I love this.
Yeah, I immediately.
You weren't on
because
the
I
fence
remember
about it because
I
you had a bad
remember.
convention.
I remember when you first asked me years and years and years ago. They're like, "Hey, go to a convention with me," and I said, "All right,
Rebecca
one of these
said something
days
that
I'll
sounds like
I'll do
fun.
something that I'll try." And I promised you I would. I said, "I promise one of these times I will go to a convention with you. I just don't know when." Finally, it happened, and I
Do you
couldn't
like
have
playing
asked
dress
for.
up? Like, Halloween is my favorite holiday.
Yeah, I love Halloween. I
Yeah.
just wish I could.
And
I
that-
just wish I could do it more because every
And
time
that's
Halloween
what-
comes,
yeah,
I'm
that's
working.
That's what the cosplay conventions are for.
Yeah.
I think it allows you to like really just go all in on Halloween.
Mhm.
Like, it just extends it.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, you're not going door to door to get candy, but that's not what I like Halloween for. I like Halloween because I get to dress up.
Yeah. Forget what I'm doing. Get some headgear.
Like, there's nothing wrong with Halloween being your favorite holiday when you're older. Absolutely nothing wrong with it.
No, and I always tell everybody like if you're gonna knock on cosplays, you can't knock on Halloween.
Sorry if I missed it, but do you make your costumes for cosplay or order by parts?
It
Rebecca
depends.
says, and I think I would like seeing other people in their costumes, which is, to answer Rebecca's question because it's quicker, that's one of the main reasons why I like doing cosplay. It's not just the dressing up, it's getting to see these favorite characters of mine being brought to life by other people's costumes. Like, I love that. And I'm always like, I always go to conventions with like a list in my head of being like, okay, I want to see this person, I want to see this person, I want to hopefully see this person. And that's great when you actually get to see them. It gives you this jolt of excitement.
Yeah.
And for Gar M's question, Cameron said it depends.
It depends because, for example, there's a character in here in this game, Final Fantasy XII, that is one of my favorite characters in all of Final Fantasy, Balthier. I have for years been wanting to cosplay him, but there's absolutely no possible way without spending a great deal of money to custom make his outfit. You can't. Unless you get it commissioned by someone who's professional at making costumes like that, there's too much intricate design to do something or get the parts of it yourself. So you either go to a professional commissioner or you where am I going? or you have to what is it?
You're going to Kites. You're going to find Kites, aren't you?
Old Dallin, that's right.
Oh,
or you
that's
have
not
to order the costume itself online.
Mm.
Both of them are extremely expensive, which is why I haven't gotten Balthier's yet, because his costume alone, on the low end, is $400.
It looks nice, though.
It looks great, though. It looks great.
Looks like it's a
But-
nice outfit.
And that's why I say cosplaying is an expensive hobby. But Marshall is currently creating his own. He bought parts for it and custom made it himself.
Right. It's
my Bart's cosplay last year was all custom made. I had to buy parts specifically for it.
my Jean outfit was completely custom made, but our Prompto and Ignis outfits we bought.
We bought them, yes. We bought the set costumes.
Yes. And honestly, some people, I've met some people at the convention where they basically, have you seen some of the Thanos cosplays? They're insane.
I haven't seen.
No, I haven't.
No, we haven't seen them in like other conventions or outright, but I have seen pictures on the internet of some Thanos cosplays. I'm like, holy crap. Some people go all out.
I bet. I've seen a bunch
You
of
already
like.
heard about that?
I love seeing cosplays where people like go all out. Like
Yeah.
one of the things that I love seeing is lights. When people
They'll get what's coming to
like
them someday. Believe me.
they put lights in their outfit.
But
Like I
that's
saw
not
an
why I'm
Iron
here.
Man where his suit lit up, and I was like, that is awesome. I wish I could do that with some of the
I
outfits.
want to know how
But
to sneak into the
well,
palace.
then again, like none of the outfits I
You've
get
gotta have
light
some
up.
great
But,
stuff in
Right.
there. Thought I'd partake.
but I would love to go all out like that. Like if my costume lights up, I'm gonna make it light up.
Words, are you, boy?
All right.
The Empire protects all that's hers, and that means
I'll just
the
man
palace
it.
and all the treasures inside.
That's why
I gotta
we
go
do
give
it,
the
to take back what's ours.
yes. But what I was gonna say earlier was along on the same lines of do you buy or do you custom make your cosplays? I've met people at conventions where they practically kind of shun you if you buy your cosplays, but I don't think that's what it's all about. If you want to buy your cosplays, go for it. If you want to make your cosplays, go for it. Absolutely, nothing wrong with either one. It's about the final product and about getting the reactions from everyone else. Sure, the downside of buying your outfit is that you'll most likely have the same outfit as somebody else because they bought it from the same place. Whereas if you make it, you can intricate your own spins on it, and you can put modifications to it that make it your own. And that's why I like making it, but it's much more difficult. Rebecca says, my son's B-Day is October, so we do Halloween dress-up thing for his party. It's fun seeing what others come as. That's kind of cool. Rebecca's son's birthday is around Halloween, so his parties are always like dress-up Halloween parties.
Right.
And
That's cool.
some of the kids at his party go all out.
Mm-hmm.
That is really cool. Cat on YouTube says that's not hard to do, like making an Iron Man suit out of rubber foam. The hardest part isn't making it light up. It's just a lot of work.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, then it's really no big deal. But if amateurs
outfits,
like us,
yeah, the outfits that I've made have taken me a long time, but that's only because I'm kind of an amateur at it.
Right.
Like the chest plate that Jean has, that took a long time because we didn't really know what we were doing, or at least I didn't know what we were doing. Your dad helped me out on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the outfit that I'm making now, and I'm kind of actually fine revealing my cosplay for this convention. I'm going as Tidus from Final Fantasy X, only I'm going as his Dissidia outfit.
Right.
And I made that completely from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
And all I had to make this time was his gauntlet and his pauldron in the terms of like armor work. And even that was a little tricky because I'm not that good at it.
Right.
But I am getting better at it. Like
from what I've seen,
from
what I've seen, it looks really good. So
like I'm more adept to like using the heat gun to be able to mold the foam,
mm-hmm.
which I'm. Oh, and then the Mercury boots. I made those from scratch. The outfit of Mercury's outfit I bought, but his boots I made, and they were stellar.
They were
I thought
amazing.
they made the costume.
But nobody, and that's what I don't understand. Nobody focused on his boots.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, those are the best things of his costume. And of course, they kept falling apart at the convention.
The more I wore them, the more they started to fall apart. But they're still in one piece.
Yeah.
For the most part. But I thought that the boots turned out absolutely amazing.
Yeah, they came out really good.
When the outfit came in the mail, everything was okay. But the boots that they gave for me to wear, I got them and was like, this won't do.
Mm-hmm.
So I was compelled to make my own, and
they came out fantastic.
I was so proud of myself for how I made them.
Like when I did my Bart's cosplay, hardly anybody knew who I was from the convention.
Mm-hmm.
But the few that did,
I'm being good.
and that was all custom made, the few that did recognized me by name of the character I was and the title. They said I was, and I was like, holy crap, that's amazing. Someone literally pointed out, I am Master Dancer Bartz. And I was like, I was like, yes.
So there was no mistaking that he was talking to you.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, it's Master Dancer Bartz.
Even though
someone really did it.
Even though you didn't get too much recognition.
No.
It was those little moments.
It was those little moments that I was
made
just like, it was amazing.
When I did my first cosplay.
Second
excuse me.
Second one,
right.
Pinello joins the party. Now we get to another choice of what she's going to be.
If anyone in chat wants to vote on Pinello's skill, we will start the voting now. Oh my goodness.
Please do so. She has a lot of license points that she can't use right now. There's a rumbly in your tumbly? Yeah. Yeah, okay.
My first cosplay was a throw together cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
I had like 20 days to think of something because my friends were like, "Oh, we're going to this convention," and then they came to me and they're like, "You want to go?" And I'm like, I don't really watch a lot of anime. I don't know what to do. And then I only watched like one anime, and it was High School of the Dead at the time. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll go as a character from that. So I just wore a black shirt and black pants and a red undershirt, and that was it. Nobody recognized what I was trying to do. And then the second convention, I went as Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 4. And again, nobody really recognized what I was doing, except for the end of the last day. One girl came up to me and said, "Are you Leon?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Can I have a hug?" And then that was the only recognition I got, but that was like the spark. I was like, that felt awesome.
It's like, this is what I want to do.
It was like making someone react that way and smile like that. I was like, that was awesome.
Yeah. That's the whole reason that I keep doing it, is because people seeing their favorite characters or not so favorite characters, but recognizing them and just getting utter joy from seeing them is what makes it up. And that's why I keep doing it.
Garam says, "The Shawshank Redemption. How often do you look at the man's shoes? I feel your pain preparing those boots."
Yeah. Fun times. But yeah, his boots were phenomenal. Like, he deserved recognition for those boots.
Yeah. I didn't get any, but there were a lot of people that enjoyed that.
You did for me, man.
There were a lot of people that enjoyed my cosplay as a whole, which was good. That was my moment of realizing that my joy of cosplaying is making someone's day, making them happy that they see one of their favorite characters.
Yeah, that's the main reason I do it. 4 hits, oh jeez.
And I'm hoping that this outfit, like I think my Tidus outfit is going to be up there with my favorite cosplays, because
you put so much effort.
Yeah, I put a lot of effort into it, and I think it turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of hoping I'll be the only Tidus there, because we haven't seen any other Tidus at that convention. So I'm kind of hoping.
Get away from there. Get away from there.
So I'm kind of hoping I'll be the only one there. Just because, like, it's not, even though it's not a competition, and this is gonna make it sound like it is for me, but I do really like being the only
Right.
cosplayer of that convention.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, when we went as Prompto and Ignis the second time, people still recognized us as like the originals.
Mm-hmm.
Like people flat out pointed out that, oh yeah, you guys are the actual.
What also made us stand out from the crowd was that we were the episode outfits. People saw you and they saw that you were your disheveled Ignis. People saw me and they were like, "Oh, you're the Winter Prompto," and they were glad that we went with the different outfits.
Mm-hmm. Another reason, going off topic and focusing onto this game. Again, we still need votes for Penello's job. It would greatly help. But anyways, one thing that changed in this game, this version, the Zodiac Age, was a lot of spells and techniques are actually in chests. They're in treasure chests. And I just got one blind.
Right. These are
from a treasure chest instead of actually buying.
I always thought it was kind of interesting of how they chose to spell magic and
techniques. They use a CK at the end.
Yeah. I always thought that was kind of interesting.
Come back here.
Like, do any of the other Final Fantasy games do that?
I think, I could be wrong, but I think Final Fantasy Tactics does as well. But Tactics is set in the same world as this one is.
So that makes sense.
And I think 4 does as well. I'm not sure. One shade stone and one stone, and it already went up halfway.
Jeez, works half done. Yeah, those are gonna give you like 20% each.
Yeah, like you got to do at least 3. Like this, I think this is a no. Like I can go to the Ester Sand from here, which is perfectly fine.
I'd say that yeah, another one of the other cosplays that I've gone. Well, my 3 favorites are, well, 2 favorites are my Jean and my Prompto, and my Tidus is definitely going to add itself to that list.
Yep.
But the other cosplays that I've gone as, I already said Leon. I said Mercury. As good as I thought Mercury was, like I thought I did it was a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
Like the wig was spot on, the boots were great, and the outfit was great too.
Yep.
Even though it looked good, I don't think I'm gonna do Mercury again, because it was more of an experiment. I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
I'm glad of how well received it was. But it was just an experiment. I'm good.
It's the same thing with me and Crow. Even though Crow was my first and what sparked me into getting into it, I won't do Crow again for one reason. I have not made his weapon. And I have seen videos of, and I just got silenced there. I have seen videos and how-tos and all this stuff of people that made functioning weapons of Crow's sight.
I guess I still just kind of don't understand why that reason alone just so strongly sets you off from doing it.
It's because, like, when I went as Crow, I was in his character.
Yeah.
And I really so much wanted to to just carry around his weapon because everyone would just flock over it. And it's another reason of me wanting to be selfish and showcase something that I made and all that. But that's the main reason I haven't done it. And I will say that the props that we've gotten,
we always have bought our props.
Yeah.
We're not skilled enough in prop making, which one day I hope to be, but we're not there yet.
Yeah.
All of our props, like our weapons and our items, they've all been bought. I guess the boots count as a prop.
Yeah. I guess so. But can I buy any techniques?
But like I didn't make Jean's sword or his shield. I didn't make Tidus' sword. I didn't make Prompto's weapons. but we'll get there eventually.
Any votes for Penello's
Yeah, we'll
class
We'll
for
give
anyone
you-
watching?
yeah, let's leave it up for a couple minutes. But,
For those of you who don't know,
final calls.
final calls. She can also be a thief, but let's put some variety in here. A samurai, bushi, black mage, archer, full breaker, axe and shield.
I'm in favor.
You're in favor of
Favor of what, Elijah?
time battle mage using crossbows, monk fighting with fists and poles, a knight, sword and shield, great swords. She's a frail little girl. I don't think she needs to carry around a surfboard
We've
sword.
got the broadsword.
I sold it.
Oh.
One vote for
Garim says
black mage. Red battle mage, white mage, one vote for white mage, machinist, an
White
ulan,
mage.
which is using a spear.
So we're looking at magic.
Magic. She is very magic oriented. She does have the highest magic stat in the game.
I thought Ash did.
No, Ash has the highest HP of the woman
Gotcha. That
and the
one's-
highest
that one's
strength of
dead.
the woman. And she has the second highest magic in the game.
Mhm.
But as such, we can buy more stuff here
Right.
that you can't
They-
buy in
they-
the other stores.
They've got every they broadcasted all the weapons for the classes by now,
Mhm.
right?
Yep. Like, you already have this much. You can... Where's your shield? Do you not get shields 1?
As a thief?
You don't get shields 1? You only get shields 2? What the heck?
I didn't even know I didn't know the thieves got shield.
Yeah, they use daggers and shields. They can also use ninja swords,
Right.
which are very, very good. They buffed them.
Who is your favorite voice actor? Ooh, that's a good question. We'll get to that.
Right.
We'll do it now. I'll remember what we were talking about earlier. I also love how your license grid is in the shape of your Zodiac. that you
Yes, it
chose.
is. Because he chose the Shikari, which is the... Pisces?
You know, there's a city in France that's basically Cosplay City. You could walk around in the Incredible Hulk and no one would care.
Fly us
That's
out there,
cool.
Cat Cat.
Let's-
Make it happen.
Let's get out
Endorse
there.
us.
That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome. I would love to do that.
Should we flip a coin then? White mage, black mage, flip a coin?
There's also Red Mage,
Nope.
combining the best of both worlds.
Nobody's voted red mage though.
I know.
I'm gonna go get a coin unless we have something here that can substitute. We'll use the Weiss pin.
Weiss pin.
All right. Does anybody have any last votes for Penello's class?
Please. Anybody?
I'll. Red.
Red Mage. Hey!
Well, that's 3 now.
1, 1, and 1. What would you pick for?
Me?
Yeah, for Penello.
I would usually default to white mage, I
Mm-hmm.
think. But I feel like that's what I've always made her. I've always made her the white mage.
Right.
Just because I like having a white mage towards the beginning of the game.
Yeah. And in the original game, she actually comes with Cure
Right.
as a startup.
She's meant to be your white mage.
Right. Then again, so does Ash when you get her.
Mm-hmm.
She also has Cure. But if we give her a black mage, we already have 2 black magics that we got for free. Blind and Silence, which actually got a boost in this game. They have more accuracy and a lot more things.
Oh, those are the only votes that we're gonna get. There's only 5 people watching, and those 3 are the
Yeah.
ones in chat. So that's it. I guess we'll have to split it 3 ways.
Split it 3 ways. All right.
Got a spinner. I kind of deleted the spinner off my phone. That's
What?
why I wasn't really all for
I
that.
told you not to do that.
I didn't think we'd ever use it again. Did I delete it? I didn't delete it.
Oh.
Here it is.
All right.
Alright,
So
game.
white, black, or red?
White, black, or red? Okay,
Does
here
the-
it goes. Spinning it once.
Spinning it once.
I can unvote, that's fine. No, well, that's alright. Black mage is out. Red mage is out.
Oh.
White mage it is.
So white mage.
Vanilla will be a white mage.
Vanilla shall be the white mage. Hey, defaults on the white mage. White mage is Ares, by the way.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, if you preview the board, it looks like the Ares symbol, in a way.
Elijah's
happy that he got the white mage.
Well, when I think of Ares, I think of the god of war.
Well, I mean,
And being the
guess.
white mage doesn't make any sense.
Let's give her some more magic that we don't have access to yet.
But anyway, we'll answer the question of favorite voice actors,
Mhm.
and then we'll go back to my question for you, which was why you discontinue Crow. Because I don't.
You don't think that's a suitable answer?
What's your conclusion?
Yeah,
Give
just
me a
because I haven't
conclusion.
made his weapon. I also don't have a lot of
And then, but
wig styling.
I guess I'm still. Well, I've gotten better at that. I've gotten much better at wig styling, so I'm not so flimsy in that. If that's if the wig is the problem, then like I feel like we can get around that. But why is it that not having the weapon sets you off that much?
I don't know.
I look at it and was like, you did fantastic.
Right, but I guess it's more so along the lines of I kind of wanted to be more unique with it, and I wanted something to showcase. And I wanted not just to make it, but I wanted it to mecha shift as well. And there are people who have done that. And I'm like,
I met a Ruby cosplay once where her scythe did the exact same thing.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I mean. I want where his sword will transform into a scythe. That's what I want.
The reason why I'm not doing Jean anymore is, even though it did great, the reason I'm not doing it is because I feel like I've outworn it. And I've seen so many other people.
Yeah, there's so many other genres.
They've taken up the title, and they've sort of surpassed me.
It's kind of the same thing with Crow now too. Like there are so many Crow cosplayers
Not to say
now.
that I was the start. I was the OG.
No.
It's just that I've seen so many other people do a Jean cosplay, and they've done it so much better than me. And then I look at that and I'm like, I am perfectly fine giving up the title.
Right, and it's kind of the same. It's kind of similar to me being Crow, because I've seen Crow cosplayers that actually look like Crow. Like spot on, they look just like him, and I'm just like, I can't pull that off. I can't grow sideburns to save my life. Even if I freaking painted them on, I can't do it. I can do his voice pretty well, I guess.
It's like me with blonde hair. Like all the characters that I decide to go as always have blonde hair, but I'm not good at growing blonde hair yet. So
I'm not good at growing blonde hair.
No, not yet. Some people can do it like just fine. They just grow these luscious locks of blonde hair, and I'm not good at it. I don't know why.
Kind of like what I do.
Yeah. Good at that. So favorite voice actors. Mine, off the top of my head, is Nolan North and Troy Baker as my top voice actors.
I would say Troy Baker's among there. I also like Yuri Lowenthal. I like.
He's
in everything.
He's nice. His voice is nice to hear. Like when I played Spider-Man, it was nice to hear his voice. Yeah. But I wouldn't call him my favorite.
He's one of my favorites because I don't know a whole
He's a
lot of
comforting
voice
voice.
Yeah.
If I hear him, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna enjoy this. But he's not one of my favorites. He's not someone that if I hear his voice, I'm like, oh my god. Like that.
I also know another one of your new favorites is Ray Chase.
Right. He
became
one of my favorites because of how well he's able to
mask his own voice.
He's able to mask his own voice. Like
there's something
like
else.
When I first heard him, I heard him as Noctis, and I was like, okay, Ray Chase is a dark, broody character. And then I started hearing his voice in the Fire Emblem Heroes series, and I realized, oh, he's a lot more lighter.
Yeah.
And then there's this character that I watch, as favorite voice actor.
J. Michael Tatum.
Tatum. J. Michael. I'm gonna look him up. Never heard of him.
Yeah, I haven't heard of him either.
But yeah, and then I watched this anime that Cameron showed me called RE0. And there's this one character, this really overzealous Lord of the Manor with a very flamboyant voice.
He goes, yes, and that's Ray Chase.
I was just
Ooh.
very entertained by this character, and then I looked him up, and lo and behold, it was Ray Chase. I'm like, get out!
Also, what's his name? Torchwick's voice actor. What is it?
Who?
Torchwick's voice actor?
Gray
What's his name?
Gray Haddock?
Gray Haddock? Yeah. Gray Haddock.
He's
You flipped
I
out when
absolutely
you heard.
nuts.
I was at work and you just said, "Shut up, bullshit." I'm like, "What are you talking about? What happened?" And you go, "It isn't." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And you're like, "It's our boy." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
I had no clue.
I had. We usually have a mental link of what we're talking about. Like when I sent you that one text, like it was who we thought. It's just as we feared, and you knew exactly what I was talking about. It was Snow from Dissidia, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, somehow you knew that. We have a mental link like that. But when you sent me that text, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And I just kind of I was waiting for you to tell me, and you're like, it's Torchwick, it's him. I'm like, who? Who is it? And you were like, it's Flynn from Kingdom Hearts 3. It's Gray Haddock. It's Torchwick. I'm like, that's where I learned him from. I got you. I'm like, oh yeah. Now that I listened to it, yeah, it was him.
The minute I heard his voice, I knew it was someone I knew, but it wasn't. Flynn
It
Rider.
wasn't the original Flynn
I was
Rider.
like, I know his voice, but it's not Flynn. Why do I know his voice?
Cat asks, sub or dub?
And then Perfect
Marshall will specifically say.
I'll
dub.
explain why
I will say either or. It depends on the type of anime. For example, if I'm going to watch Dragon Ball Z, I'm Perfect Dak. There he is. Welcome, Perfect Dak. Final Fantasy X is
J.
still the best
Michael
one.
Tatum and is a big anime voice actor. You'll probably know some of his voices, but none that I know.
Okay. But
oh,
anyways.
Wait. Oh, I do know one. He's Klein from Ruby.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
That's the one I know.
Yes. Hello, Perfect Dak. Thank you for joining us. We've just been kind of just talking about things. I'm kind of just doing grinding. Not really grinding so much as just kind of going places. Not progressing the story. What were we saying?
Sub or dub?
Oh, sub or dub? Yeah. It depends on the.
It's getting late. It was nice seeing you again. Have fun, guys. You too, Garam. Thank you for joining the stream.
Thank you for joining us.
And we hope to see you around next Wednesday.
Sub or dub, it depends on the anime. For example, if I'm gonna watch Dragon Ball Z, I will never watch it in its sub, because I can't stand their Japanese voice actors. And I grew up watching it in English dub. I watched it on Toonami, so of course I'm gonna go for the English there. I just started watching Rising of the Shield Hero, and I love that anime, but I've only watched it in English dub. And they do a great job with the voice acting there. Most other animes, though, like Reincarnated as a Slime and Konosuba, I've only watched them in.
But Dragon Ball Z is dubbed.
Yeah, dub for life on Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super, which I still haven't watched but need to catch up on. But, anyways, yeah, it depends on the series. For most part, like when I watch stuff on Verve on my phone, I, for the most part, will only watch whatever is available, whether it be sub or dub. If they have it in dub, I'll probably watch it in dub, just because.
Fishing for my story.
Yeah. Rising of the Shield Hero is very good
Elijah,
so far.
I will get to the story. I promise.
But I've been watching that in English dub, as opposed to the Japanese, which is available in both of them. I've watched Reincarnated as a Slime and Konosuba and something else I watched that was in the sub, and I can't imagine watching it in dub because of how immersed I was. When I watched RE0, I first watched it in Japanese, and I fell in love with the voice acting in that. And then I watched it when I got it on DVD or Blu-ray, and I watched it in the English dub, and both are phenomenal. So it was like I can't pick a favorite, really. It depends on the anime. It depends on what the preference is.
Perfect access. English dub so far is better English dub for Rising the Shield Hero, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I watched one episode of Shield Hero in Japanese, and I wasn't following it. I couldn't get into it. As opposed to like when I watched Durarara. That's a mouthful. I watched that on Netflix, and it was in English, and it was great. It was my first anime. What was our first anime?
Technically, mine was Sailor Moon.
I think mine was either Sailor Moon or Tenchi Muyo, or it might have been Cowboy Bebop.
It came on TV when I was a kid. I think it was on Cartoon Network at one time. Yeah. And I saw a dude in a tuxedo, and while I was a kid, I wanted to pretend to be that guy. So. And
when it probably is either.
Pokemon
I think it's Sailor Moon.
For perfect.
There's also Digimon, which I watched.
Then the entire Toonami lineup.
But yeah, the entire Toonami lineup, which has Inuyasha, it had Tenchi Muyo, it had Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, it had all that.
The first anime that I was invested in watching would be High School of the Dead.
But first anime was probably Sailor Moon. My older sister really got into Sailor Moon, so me having no friends growing up, I watched it with her, and then she started watching more Avatar. That's really. Here's the thing: it's not considered an anime, but the anime community.
It's like saying Pokemon isn't an anime.
Yeah.
I'd say it is. Same thing with Avatar. I'd say that it is. It's in that style.
It's in that style. Sure, and Avatar was amazing.
Sure, it was made in the U.S., but it's an anime style.
And Avatar is one of the best cartoons I've ever seen. It literally is. There's no comparison.
If I'm to argue that Ruby is an anime, then I can absolutely argue that.
I know. I want to say it is too.
Avatar.
I want to say Ruby's an anime for the sole fact that you made AMVs for them.
Ooh, but someone doesn't think so.
So the anime community doesn't think Ruby's an anime. They can screw off.
Someone in the high chair of the anime community doesn't think that is an anime. So your tribute isn't allowed in the contest.
Sokka and Toph are the best characters. Yes, they are. And Zuko and Iroh. Iroh is the best character, bar none. Samurai Jack is also great.
Awesome, says Cat.
Yes, I also liked Samurai Jack. What was I doing over here? Oh, more Phoenix Downs. Oh yeah, I was gonna grind.
In regards to my opinion for sub and dub, I would much rather prefer to watch dub over sub because this is gonna make me sound really pratty. But I really prefer watching the anime rather than reading it.
Which makes sense.
Oh, you're doing the exploit.
Yeah, I'm doing this exploit now.
All right. So yeah. When I watched this, yeah, I've seen the entire thing. Did you watch the second part that came out last year? The Samurai Jack. The second part of Samurai Jack. So yeah, when I watch sub, I spend most of my time looking at the bottom of the screen at the subtitles. Whereas dub, I know exactly what they're saying. However, when I watch Fate Zero, first when I watched High School of the Dead, that was in dub, and I've never watched the sub. When I watched Fate Zero, I first watched the sub, and then I watched the dub, and they both were really good. I prefer the dub better.
So for those of you who don't know what I'm doing, I'm about to exploit the hell out of this game. So I'm going in HP critical mode by myself, very dangerous, in a place where I'm really not supposed to be right now. That's what And there's this rare monster that spawns in that tries to kill you. But, hey, it's undead, so I'm going to toss a phoenix down at it and run away. Because, he gave me a ton of experience and I just leveled up. So, and because I left the area before the EXP and license points showed up on screen, even though I acquired them, he will still spawn again because I left before anything could happen. And as such, I can just chain him with this exploit, toss another phoenix down at this guy. If he drops something, I can try and collect it. Hey, look, I got a flame staff, a rare drop from him, a rare drop that I just leveled up again. So yeah, I'm exploiting this game because I can and because it's fun.
This guy and them exploits. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm all about those exploits. You know me. And I've got 4 Phoenix Downs after this left. So yeah, I can keep leveled up again. Hey, what do you know? Level 9.
Hey guys, Jedediah Bastion here.
Jedediah Bastion
Our
here.
playthrough of Final Fantasy XII. My final conclusion of sub versus dub is that I've seen both sides. I prefer the dub. However, it does depend because our proof with that is Ms. Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Yes.
If that was dubbed, it would only hurt it. I'm in firm belief that if you dub that into English, it would only bring the show down.
All right, I'm using 1 more Phoenix Down, and then I'm moving on from this exploit. Now, I'm going to show you how because I know how this game works, I'm going to use it on him. The EXP and everything shows up right there, right? Mm-hmm. Because it showed up, I leave, I come back, he won't spawn. It won't spawn, hey. And now, because I'm in dangerous territory, and Penelo, because she's been dead, has acquired no experience or license points. Sorry, Penelo. Mm-hmm. But that's okay, because Penelo, we lose her for a good quarter of the game after this.
Right.
So it's okay.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Back to what you were saying.
That's it. That's my final.
Yes, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid would definitely be hurt
it would be
with
hurt
an English dub.
With an English dub, absolutely. So it really does depend. Sub is so better for me, mostly because I prefer the French subs than English dubs.
I've heard that French dubs are usually, or French subs. I've heard that. I guess it would be French dub for us and French sub for you, but I've heard French dubs are generally well received. That's what I've heard. I could be wrong, but that's what I've heard.
I can't.
I've never seen them, but I have heard that people actually prefer listening to it in French and even Russian than Japanese or English.
Well, English animes kind of have their staple.
Where was I going? Oh, yeah.
They kind of have their staple English voice actors,
mm-hmm.
and it's kind of nice to hear them again. But the reason why I like the Fate Zero English dub so much is because there are so many characters.
There's so
that
many.
I love,
and a lot of them that you came to love even more because of Dissidia.
Because of Dissidia and other Final Fantasy games. And other games that I'm really attached to.
What's Lancer's voice actor's name? I never remember. George. That guy. The guy with phlegm in his throat.
The one that
always sounds like he doesn't know what to say with his words. But you could definitely tell it's him.
I'm going to sound like that soon with my throat problems.
Oh yeah, you're lumbago.
Because we Frenchies have a beautiful language.
You know what?
You do.
Don't shove
I'll give
it
you
in.
that.
Don't shove it in our face just because you do.
I'll give you that. Good shout, mate. Good shout.
Good shout. You're not wrong.
Okay, who are you?
Yeah.
Greg George?
Greg?
George. It's something. George is in the name.
60 gil, hey. Now we're going to progress through the story
Here you are.
and meet our
Grant George.
Grant George.
Yeah.
I knew it was a G. Or I assumed it was a G.
The English dub of Fate Zero was basically a Dissidia reunion.
Right. It's like everyone from Dissidia.
Everyone, every notable character in Dissidia appeared.
Oh yeah, back to favorite voice actors. Mine, I said Yuri Lowenthal. I like Johnny Young Bosch a lot.
Yeah.
He's in a lot. I like you said.
Troy Baker.
Troy Baker, yes. For some reason, he also reprised his role as Snow. I checked it. He was Snow again, although he sounds very tired. It sounds like he did not want to go and be Snow.
I don't think he did. I watch his YouTube channel Retro Replay, where it's him and Nolan North just playing retro games and just talking about whatever. And there's a lot like they talk very casually with each other, and a lot of things from Troy slip about roles that he really didn't like.
Was Snow one of them?
Yes.
It was?
He
He
saw it as a soulless role. Same thing with Jake from Resident Evil 6.
Sean Schmel, yeah, because of he's the voice of Goku in the English dub. He passed out doing a scream.
Who?
Sean Schmel.
Jeez.
Like when he, I know you haven't watched Dragon Ball Z. And you never got into
I
it.
know of the screams.
But yes, the screams are famous in Dragon Ball Z. But in he
voices everything. Sean.
He did one where Goku was doing transformation into Super Saiyan 3, and it was such a long scream that during the casting of it and during the audio recording, he actually passed out.
Jeez.
In one of his recordings. Like that's how intense and how into his role he is about it. So props to him because he actually put in the effort for it. He is the voice of Goku. And that's another thing where I don't like the Japanese voices in Dragon Ball Z, because it's Goku and Gohan are females, old females, and it's like stop, just stop. Same with Naruto. Naruto's English voice actor is an old woman. Granted, that's what you know and love, but it's at the same time, it's like that's a woman.
It's
for a boy.
My first revelation of that was, I think, Bart Simpson.
Right.
When
Yeah.
I found out that he was voiced by a girl. Favorite Dragon Ball Z character? I'm gonna sit down on this one. I'm sorry.
Favorite DBZ character? Yeah, because Marshall hasn't watched it. A whole lot of it.
I saw I saw not even an episode. I saw one.
One. Yeah, you saw the cell. You
saw
at least you saw one of the best fights. What's it?
Gohan is voiced by a girl when he is a kid, and Majin Buu
Saga.
Buu Saga.
Yeah, he was.
We're not done with the crystal?
Yeah, we got 97%. Gotta go.
Go. Favorite Dragon Ball Z character? You.
Gohan's English voice actor when he was a kid, when he was Teen Gohan against Cell. It was really well done, but I still have to say Christopher Sabat as Vegeta is probably one of the best. I also like Christopher Sabat a lot. He's the voice of Vegeta. He's the voice of Piccolo. He's also the voice of. If you heard he's the voice of Garland in Dissidia. You would easily recognize him. But one of my favorite roles he's done recently is All Might from My Hero Academia. And yeah, favorite character in DBZ, or favorite? Were you asking favorite character, or were you asking favorite voice actor? Favorite character is my mom's favorite character is Piccolo. My dad's favorite is was it? I think he said Yajirobe. because he's just completely useless. But my favorite character is actually adult Gohan, because he completely changed, and it showed that he actually became a person. Whis is the best character in existence in that whole series. Let's not. No, is it Whis or is it Hercule? Perfect Dak, because I know what your answer is.
So like overshadowed in this
you don't know what we're talking about, but Perfect Dak's favorite
all-
character
this
is
is foreign
for
language
sure.
to me.
It's for sure Hercule. He's basically like the troll of that.
Oh,
of
okay.
that,
Well, that makes sense.
of that show.
That makes sense, don't it?
He thinks he's all that, and it just constantly gets shown that he's not. he's. I completely missed that freaking. Oops. Whis, Vados, and Gotenks. I mean, my boy Whis is so lazy. All he does is eat like me. I mean, you're not wrong. Whis is obviously amazing, but his sister is also awesome. I haven't seen Super yet. It is on my list of things to catch up on. But first thing I'm catching up on is the rest of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because I freaking love that show. Where is it? Over here.
A question I kept wanting to ask you that I never got to. What's the
This character is always trolling, yes.
what's the joke with Goku and Gohan?
The joke.
Is Goku not a good father to Gohan?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
Goku is like the worst father role model ever.
Okay. Because like that, I
He's
remember
never there. He doesn't raise his own kid.
in our
and he
last
dies all the time.
in our last convention, I think you made a joke about that. Like it was like bad fathers or something, or what makes a bad anime father or something like that. And your joke was, "Oh, hi Gohan," and everybody laughed.
Yeah, everyone laughed.
And I was like,
I went up there. It's like, oh, bad. It was on the Whose Line Is It anime thing.
Yeah.
And the topic was bad role models or bad father figures in anime. And I went up and I said, "Oh, hi there, Gohan," and the whole audience just laughed.
Everybody laughed, and I'm just standing there, and the joke just went.
Because you've never watched it, but yes, Goku is a terrible father figure.
I'm like, oh, ha ha ho ho.
His idea
That's a good one.
of raising his son is beating the crap out of him to train him. And yeah.
I guess I should have picked up on that. Like he threw his son to fight Cell, and he just stood there watching with a smile on his face.
And Gohan's real dad is Piccolo for sure, because Piccolo raised him and trained him better while Goku wasn't there. But it is, yeah, it is truth, absolute truth. That's just why the whole audience laughed when I said that, because yes, that is the joke.
Gotcha.
So, in the game, I am about 7 levels above where I'm supposed to be.
Too strong.
Too strong. OP. And when we
Nerf
get
Vaughn
Balthier
too
and
strong.
Fran coming up very soon, they will be 1 level above Vaughn's level. They are Vaughn's level +1. And when we get Bosch, Ash, and Penelo, they are also Vaughn's level +2. No matter what level you get them at, because you get Ash and Penelo last.
Right.
Or I think you get
It's
Penelo
been a long
absolutely
time since we
last.
did
So
anything
during the
together.
time that you have all those
Too
characters
long.
except
I had a really good
Penelo,
time.
you can level them up,
Well, I should probably
and
be getting
Penelo
back
will
to
be
the
2
store.
levels above Vaughn
Actually, I was kind of
at all
supposed to be
times.
watching the place for Magello.
when you get her. Fable 2.
And
Oh yeah,
Vaughn,
Fable 2 was
Try
good
to stay
stuff,
out of
man.
trouble. For
I
me,
want to play Fable 2 again.
I
I
don't
want
know
to play
what
the
I'd
original
do
Fable.
if you weren't here. If something
That
happened
with
to
Fable
you,
2 was just the troll of games.
I'm not going
During its
anywhere,
time.
okay?
That's what I wanted to hear.
But
See you later.
I hate your boy.
your boy,
He's so dumb.
he's so dumb and dense. He don't get it.
the locks just
they
just
corrode his
they just
brain.
block common sense from leaving or entering.
Those lovely locks, they're literally speared into his brain.
God.
Don't forget the hot pants. Yes, the hot
This is again another conversation that is foreign language.
Oh no, you've witnessed our Fable 2 endeavors. You have. Do you remember Perfect Dak's character?
I'm gonna go eat, be back in 10.
See you in 10. See you in 10, Cat. Have something good on
Thanks
us.
for sticking around as long as you have. We will be here.
But you've seen me and Perfect Dak play years ago on our session, and he had this really fat, stupid-looking guy with a twist mustache, and he wore hot pants. Like he wore pants that went up to his freaking thigh line.
I don't remember this.
You don't remember that?
No.
I remember that. They were abominations, Perfect Dak says, because they were.
Oh, I don't remember it.
Tier 5 Lightning was the best magic in that game.
Are we talking about
Fable 2?
Fable 2? Or are we talking about Castle Crashers? Like, this all sounds like
yeah. Castle Crashers Lightning was also. Who wears short shorts? I wear short shorts.
This is nonsense.
But, I sent you a message yesterday. Castle Crashers is getting a remaster on PS4 and Steam. And I was like, holy crap, dude!
What could they remaster?
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're adding more stuff. I don't know if they're getting enhanced graphics and better frames and all that. But all I saw was I was like, holy crap, they're remastering it and porting it to PS4 and I think Xbox One, but I think it's just PS4 and Steam.
But it's already on Steam.
It is already on Steam, but it's getting remastered. So I don't know, man.
Me either.
But
all I know is that we got some quaffing to do when that game comes out.
No.
Yes.
I'm not. I will never quaff again.
I will challenge you to
no,
a quaff.
I will eat one and be done.
All you can quaff.
Also, Nolan North coming up.
Yes.
Nolan North is him.
I don't know if Elijah's here or not, so I can't tell the story. I know that he wants to hear it.
Then go now and hurry the others. By nightfall, we must ensure all.
One of my favorite things that Troy Baker said in one of his let's plays with Nolan was they were talking about Resident Evil came up.
Yeah.
And Nolan goes like, "Oh yeah, you were in a Resident Evil, weren't you?" And then Troy he's sitting on the couch with a blank stare, and he's like, "Yeah, that one didn't sell too good." And then that was it. And then it transitioned to something else. And then that made me realize, like, oh, he hated that role.
See that?
Yes. Cheapers, that is expensive.
Yeah. That is a tier 3 staff that I got as a rare drop.
When are you going to be able to use that?
Whoever becomes a black mage next, because they'll definitely have the license points to acquire that and equip it.
I see.
I might as well sell that. Reduces XP to 0. Teleport's going to want those. Any topics that you want to talk about? Perfect Dak or Cat? Anything? Or Cat's going to be back in 10 minutes. 8 minutes. You're on the clock, Cat. Don't forget. But,
it says there's one other person besides me on Twitch.
Well, whoever's watching, thank you.
Yes. If you're still there, thank you for watching over on Twitch, and feel free to chat.
We don't get a lot of activity on Twitch, but that's all right. We still stream on it because we enjoy it. And it's just so it's out there, just in case.
Yep.
It
kind of makes me not.
Oh man.
It kind of makes me not want to talk more about convention, like without newer people here.
Right.
Like there's still a lot more that I want to talk about, but I want to talk about it when I know that more people are here. Where did you come from?
Just behind there, waiting for us.
Vaughn, you won't believe it. This door has been locked for days. I was starving. I had to start eating the rats.
See, as opposed to Final Fantasy X, though, where all the monsters and animals there are fiends, the animals here are actually fauna. They're actual animals. The dragons that are here, they're actual dragons. They don't, like, people eat and make profits off of these things.
Go into the sewers and just pick off the wildlife to eat. Sells good on the market. I haven't seen this game in forever, though. Been so long.
Yeah, this is Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age. It was remastered 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
I think 2, maybe 3. We'll go with 3.
Ooh. Skin those rats.
So
Block that.
This will make a nice hat.
I like.
Not for me, though.
I like
I can't,
wearing.
like-
I like wearing sewer rat hats.
Yeah, I won't be wearing the hats because it'll keep the locks from getting out. Can't have that.
Can't have that. But no, I'm looking forward to the Toricon coming up.
Oh yeah, me too.
Our goal is to actually be more interactive with more people. And
more
actually make
talkative, more
friends.
interactive. Hopefully make some friends. Because we're so lonely.
We're so lonely. I just want some friends.
All that we'll do is make some friends. Maybe.
Well, perfect.
Maybe they'll be our friends.
Maybe they'll be our friends. Perfect Act. This is not Final Fantasy X. This is 12. It's a completely different story. Just in case you weren't aware of that.
I think he's. Well,
but yeah, he bought.
Mike
He
is saying
says,
that he bought the combo pack on Steam.
yeah. Which is good because that's a game I want everyone to play.
That's the only iteration. Iteration? I don't know if I tried using a smart word.
Depends what you're trying to go for.
Another installment of the game that I haven't bought yet is the one for PC. But I bought every other version.
Mm-hmm. I've done the same thing with 9.
Yeah.
I did that. I bought it. The only thing I haven't bought it on is my phone.
Right.
Because they do have a phone version for
I don't think my phone would do it justice. I'd be
not.
spending more time just fiddling with the small
I
interface.
enjoyed playing Final Fantasy V on my phone. I just won't do it again because all my freaking content got lost. It never transferred over. I'm like, I was at the end of the game. That's a lot.
Where's that Legend of Dragoon remaster?
Yeah, that's never gonna happen because.
Who knows?
It will never happen. They had it in the works. Hey, another broadsword.
Really?
They had it in the works.
Well, that gives it promise, doesn't it? Someone actually
had
thought
it in the works, and then they scrapped it. They
Why?
completely scrapped it because they didn't have enough backing to keep it going. So they canceled the whole thing, and it was lost to the sands of time.
Well, the reason it shows promise is because other developers have thought about it.
Yes.
So it's not like it's just that it was a game for the PS1 and nobody thought about it ever again.
I would love nothing more than a remaster of Legend of Dragoon. I would be happy with a sequel or a prequel. Because it deserves it.
See, there's not like any other remaster I think I'm looking forward to. It was Crash and Spyro. Those are the big ones, and they're already here. I'm satisfied. I got nothing else.
But now they're doing Castle Crashers. Now they're gonna do. They're still redoing. They're remaking Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, right.
Which has been in the works for years.
That's the new. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's the new Kingdom Hearts 3.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is here, so I can't do that anymore.
Left 4 Dead 3, Half-Life 3. Yep.
Half-Life 3 will never come. I've come to terms with that. But I still have hope for Left 4 Dead 3. I still feel like that could happen.
Still feel like it could happen.
It could happen. That's the only one I have hope for. Other than that, like, I don't know what Valve is doing. They're still collecting money from CS:GO skins, I guess. Like, they're still set in that department.
Gabe Newell just doesn't know what he wants.
Cat's
Welcome back, Cat.
Was that actually 10 minutes? I feel like that was fairly short.
They were on a time limit.
All right.
Come here, rat. Die, rat.
The only game I can think of that I would want for a remaster, and I've said this before, is the first Silent Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see that as a remaster, but even then, that's kind of like I'm not begging for it.
Right.
Not like Crash or Spyro. and it's already been confirmed that Spyro CTR is coming out for remaster. So like all my Christmases are coming at once.
Right, and I already got what I wanted remastered, and that was Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy XII.
Mm-hmm.
I would absolutely love Legend of Dragoon to be redone, but it just will never happen, and I'm really upset about that. And there isn't really anything else.
Legacy
I'm
of Kain is promised. It
Legacy of Kain.
It was in a poll.
Yes, it was in a poll, and it was #1 on that poll for IGN.
So again,
so it could happen.
Yeah.
Legacy of Kain series could get a remaster.
Again, that one shows promise because nobody has forgotten about it.
Right, but I don't see it happening anytime soon because Square Enix is so gung-ho on everything else, every other project they've got going on.
I saw a video that I didn't click on it because I'm like really biased when it comes to clicking on videos. If the video doesn't tell me what the video is about, I don't even bother with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw a video where it's like where it said, "Is Dissidia worth playing now?" And it made it seem like Dissidia is doing something.
It's because the online is just getting worse now.
No. It was in a good way.
Oh.
Like they're saying like, is Dissidia doing something that is making it better?
Okay.
So have you heard anything about that?
No, not really.
Okay.
I heard they're possibly going to do a season pass 2, but with the way things are going, I don't think they will.
I didn't click on the video, so I don't know, but that's what the video was implying. That
right.
There's a change being done that will make it better. I think they're releasing it for PC.
Yeah, I think they are. They're finally deciding to release it for PC. Also, another
Halo's getting released for the PC.
Yeah. Halo always was for the PC.
Was it? No way.
Yeah.
I thought it was just Xbox exclusive.
Nope.
Whoops.
Halo was on PC also.
Oops.
I don't know if the newer Halos were, but the original Halo and Halo 2, they definitely were. Because I saw people playing it in my school on a computer.
2 hours. Halo 1 and 2 says.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Halo 3 and on did, but I think they are getting ported now.
The only Halo game I would
be.
buy again would be Reach.
Yeah, I liked Reach as much flack as it got. A Javelin. Oh.
I love the campaign of Reach. That's when like campaigns were still like crisp. Now, when it comes to first-person shooters, campaigns are just tacked on.
Mm-hmm. Which is another reason why
PC and
I don't really
Master
care
Chief
much for
Collection
Call
is
of Duty,
coming
I guess.
For Steam, apparently. Yeah, that's what I heard. The Master Chief Collection is going to Steam.
Which is good because then that will reopen the online servers. I'm hoping for PC people, which I think will be amazing because playing Halo 1 and Halo 2 on online again, I think will be amazing.
I remember they were having there was always like just a bunch of server problems when they did that the first time though. I only liked Reach for the very famous moment of me killing our entire team with a punch to a falcon.
Yes. That was the most. That was the
man.
best. It was the absolute best. Get instant banned. Instant booted from the match.
I missed that. I wasn't there for that.
Oh
But
man.
the stories are infamous.
The story's great. I'm trying to spawn a rare monster, but he doesn't want to spawn.
What is it?
And it's the only time you can. Huh?
Is it a dragon? Or?
No, it's a fish. It has like I think a 5 or 10% chance of spawning. Freaking rat. Come back here.
Speaking of Dissidia, though, like, I'm very disappointed on how little I like the game because I wanted to like it. I wanted to love it.
I did too.
And I still have hopes for it.
It's a beautiful game.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And even though I still have hopes for it, the reason why I don't think I'll ever like it is because it's not what it'll never be what I loved in the original
PSP version.
Yes. It'll never be that. And no matter how much I try and fool myself, it will never be that.
Right.
I'll never see it that way. That and Reach Infection was actually good. Yeah.
Yeah, and Reach Infection was amazing.
I liked Reach better than
Halo
Flood.
4's.
Yeah. I loved Reach Infection much better than Halo 4's.
I liked them both, but Reach definitely like did it great. I would say they did it better.
Just sitting at the edge of a cliff while a bunch of infected start rolling at you. It was good.
But Halo 4 Griffball was amazing.
That was some intense stuff.
Yeah. We pulled some tricks in Griffball.
Man.
Perfect Deck can attest to that. We got all the booty.
That was the goal.
That was the only thing we did. It's just we did freaking booty all the time. Assassinations. That's all we cared about.
That's all we tried to get. Like, I remember you guys made it your goal to just get assassinations with the bomb.
Yep.
That's all you guys wanted.
You guys, every time I said, "Hey guys, watch this," you're like, "How?" I'm just that good.
Oh man.
Good stuff. When you get accommodation maxed with 10 games. Yeah, he maxed out his assassination rank by just 10 games. Just from playing Griffball, which isn't meant for assassinations. But it's one of the easiest ones to get on because everyone just gets tunnel vision. It's like, oh, gotta get you.
You want to talk about tunnel vision? What was that one game mode where you just ran through a tunnel, just trying to capture the flag? What was that? Remember that?
Oh yeah, that was
awful. Never had I heard so much salt.
Yeah, we got salty.
I can't believe
it was like Fiesta or something.
I cannot
Fiesta
believe
flag.
how infuriating that game mode was. It was awful.
You, however, just didn't care. You went out and just there it is. There's that one.
I figured, like, what's the point in adding to the salt? There's already a sea of it.
This is the rare one. The Razor film. These are rare monsters.
It looks like a Pokemon.
I just want it, just to have it. That's all I wanted. Now we can go forward.
I wanna bring the conversation back to cosplay for a bit.
Okay.
What cosplays do you still have planned to do?
Obviously, like I said, Prompto and Ignis. I will always Ignis will always be my go-to if I can't think of anything else because
as long as you can still pull off
yes.
Ignis, you will do Ignis.
Yes, as long as I can still pull off that recipe, which I hope I still can. Yeah, Fiesta Slayer was the game type. Hey, in walks. This is the introduction of the leading man. Ones that I will always keep. Because I only have like 3 cosplays. I liked my Bart's cosplay. It's just the fact that nobody really knew it. The few that did, there's Balthier. Look at his stuff. You cannot make his stuff on your own. You have to commission it or
Smug
buy
as
it
fug.
outright. Smug as fug. Yeah, that's what he is. He's the leading man. You have something that belongs to me.
That's your boy.
There's your boy. Where is he? There's your boy.
So, oh my God, that's another thing that I'm glad they got rid of in this game. The chests that
yes, for the Zodiac spear
screw you from getting certain items in that game.
They got rid of that.
I hated that. You told me that, and I was appalled.
You were like,
that was a thing.
And the game doesn't outright tell you anything
No, it
about
doesn't tell you.
You had to look it up because
There's a
told you
chest
nothing
right in
about
front of you, and you're like, oh, a chest. So you pick it up, and it's like, you shouldn't have done that.
Shouldn't have done that because now you'll never get the Zodiac spear, the strongest spear in the game.
So stupid.
I was like, dude. But yeah, even in here, you can pick up these chests now with no repercussions.
It's wonderful.
They're actually beneficial because you pick up an elixir here.
So yeah. Other cosplays that you plan to do?
That I plan to do?
Yes.
I would love to do Bart's again because it was uncomfortable.
Still,
but the amount of effort I put into it.
Still Dancer Barts?
Yeah, Dancer Barts. I would love to do regular Barts as well or freelancer Barts. Because Bart's is another one of those where I can just freely go into and I feel like Bart's is my spirit animal, okay? Just like you said, Jean is your spirit animal. Bart's is my spirit animal. It's not Ignis, it's Bart's. He's the guy that I just immediately flow into. Like, I feel like I'm a part of him, and he's also one of my favorite characters as such because another reason why I can never figure out what I want to do. Bart is a master of all classes. He's a jack of all trades, eventually becoming a master of all trades. It's kind of like the same thing where I can do.
Know what his spirit animal is. What's everyone else's spirit animal?
Yeah, what's your spirit animal?
Hello.
He didn't say it. Well, we'll hear it.
We better hear it.
Now's your chance. Get going. Sneak past the guard.
So you want to do Bart's again?
I want to do Balthier. For
any
sure, I want to do
variation of
Balthier.
Bart's. You want to do Balthier.
There was another one that I think I wanted to do. I don't remember what it was. I think we had discussed one time that you were like, you should be Jecht. And I'm like, I don't have the body to be Jecht, nor do I have the skin tone. So as much as I would love to be Jecht, I can't. And I know that's not what cosplay is about. That is absolutely not what cosplay is about. But if I do cosplay, if I do cosplay, it's got to be. I trapped myself. Time to get caught. I wasn't paying attention. That's something that I want to do specifically for. Let's move you guys this way. Why don't you scream it? Say it, Vaughn.
Do it. It's your destiny. Are there any other Final Fantasy X characters that you would want to do?
10 characters?
Yeah.
I don't really think I would do Auron. I can't really see myself doing Waka because I'm not a giant. I also don't have an airheaded nature about me.
Really?
Well, I mean, I do, but I act that all the time for the most part. I gotta get you, okay. Get you first. Say it.
Over here.
You didn't say it. You'll say it with this time. If you don't, then we're gonna keep screaming it. Say it. Say it, Vaughn.
Hey, Buckethead.
There you
Yes.
go. Hey, Buckethead. Anyone from 10? I don't think so.
Get too much enjoyment out of that.
I'm going as Zidane in this convention.
Yep.
You're going as Tidus. I can't think of anyone from 10 that I would be. 12, I want to be Balthier eventually. I absolutely want to be Balthier.
Right.
You gotta be Vaughn at some point.
That's one of the ones that I want to do. I want to be Vaughn just
so you can do that one scene.
Just so that I can run around the convention, run into groups of people, and shout, "I'm Captain Bosch," and then just walk away. That's it. And hopefully someone would get it.
I know I would.
If not, then that means that no convention goers heard my words.
Yeah,
that's it.
And you would fail your mission.
But I would wear the button up shirt with Vaughn.
You'd wear his Revenant Wings outfit.
Yes.
You would wear his where he has a shirt on. Yes. Out of context, moans and groans.
This
I don't
not,
understand this.
It's okay. This is not where we think it's going.
No, it's not. But
See,
it's
all good. He's just looking for treasure.
He's just looking at treasure, and he's
passing it all by. He's like, no, that's not good enough.
He goes,
like a giant chest of gold. No, that's not good enough. Now that's treasure.
Quite a performance.
I would want to. I'll be right back. I gotta go on the hunt.
Quite a performance.
I'm the leading man.
I play the leading man.
Yes.
Who else?
Yes. There he is.
Clan, the Magicite.
He's hunting a
I'll take that.
stink bug.
No, you won't.
They're
I
like
found it. It's
everywhere
mine.
here, and I don't know why.
And then when I take
We don't
it
have
from
an
you,
infestation.
you're
They're
mine.
just everywhere in this area.
It's not even that they they're everywhere. It's just one every couple days.
Yeah.
Exit stage right.
The gods do not smile on us.
I like it better that way.
I like it better that way. Also, another reason that Balthier is like one of the best characters ever created. He just is. He's very reminiscent of David Bowie. He's got that cocky attitude about him. And he's got a very Han Solo-like vibe about him. Because that's kind of who he's based on. If you didn't know that, fun fact. Because this is so much like Star Wars, Balthier is heavily based on Han Solo. And this is where he comes. This is where he comes. It's right here. He's hey. You have something that belongs to me. Ah!
Yeah.
No, not the Ifrit. Not the Ifrit, eh? The Ifrit's playing with fire, and I'd rather not get burned.
The Ifrit, eh? That's quite an entrance. Impeccable timing. If I didn't
Say
know,
they were waiting all along.
I'd say they were waiting all along.
Stop running! Boom. Firing on their own
Yeah, they
people.
don't care.
Stop running!
Just stop. Just stop running. It's like you've lost. Just stop.
End of the line.
Got you.
You have something that belongs to me.
Yes. I love one of my favorite things about the new updated figure of Balthier is that they gave him a hand just with the fingers.
Yes,
just so that
because
you
they
can
knew.
pose him in the way of him of saying you have something that belongs to him.
Okay. That's what he's doing up here. Raziel is also yep. Ah.
Oh my god.
There's an old YouTube clip of this game. It's actually really good.
Remember when we thought Balthier was Ignis?
Yeah, dude. I remember when 15 came out, and I'm like, dude, it's Ignis. Dude, it's Balthier. It's the same voice actor. No, it's not. They're just both British. They're just both British. That's it.
All Brits sound the same.
And I was like so Ignis. I hated Ignis when I first played the game.
And I hated Prompto.
Because he wasn't Balthier.
What happened?
And that's the only reason I hated him. I'm like,
Haver didn't just
oh,
drop.
he's using guns.
It
No, he's not.
disappeared.
Forget
Using
it.
daggers.
Even
That's
if
not
I could
Balthier.
fly, the
That's not
Ifrit's playing
Balthier.
with fire, and I'd rather not get
And you
burned.
hated Prompto because he was annoying.
Yes.
But
Like just
then
over the top.
it just grew on us, and I'm just like,
it's just so weird how
it just
our
they became our
opinions for,
favorite
our
characters.
opinions for those
Not many
characters
people come from
completely
Thief.
changed.
They went from the bottom of the barrel to
Sorry.
there are luxury.
Yeah,
now.
we need to be
Fran is
these
special
people.
in that
Yeah,
she
like,
deigned to partner with
Not
you.
even as a joke. Like
Oh?
we wanted to be
Like a
these
sky
characters.
pirate
Like
that
it started
chooses
out
to
as a
steal
joke
through
because I was like,
the
hear me
forest.
out. But then it was like,
You're
no wait,
sky pirates? So
we
you
could
have
make
an
something
airship?
of this,
Balthier.
and then we
And
did.
Lo and behold, we did.
Listen,
They
Thief.
became
Vaughn, if
part
you
of
ever want to see
part of
something,
us.
you'll do
Hey,
exactly
thief! He called him
as I
thief,
say.
so we made him a thief. Listen, thief.
Myself,
He
Vaughn,
knows.
Fran,
'cause he
and
knows.
you. We're working
He's a
together
thief
now.
too.
Understood?
Can I go back
Don't
to
even think you're getting
the
this.
planned cosplay
the thought
conversation?
never crossed my mind.
Before,
Yeah,
I had to
yeah,
go, before I had to go hunt the bug.
I have to think about more because I know I had more in my mind. But I don't remember.
So Vaughn is another one for me. That one's kind of like back on the list.
So we don't have many people voting. We have 3 viewers right now.
We'll have to.
We'll have to resort to spinning. Do we want to include all of them, or do we want to save that for their second ones, where we can include all of them so that we have doubles if need be? Because I feel like if we roll really bad, everyone's gonna be a thief.
Well, if they have, okay, I like having each person with a role.
Yeah, I do too.
So since Vaughn is a thief, nobody else needs to be a thief.
Right.
So,
Perfect Deck. You can also have
you gotta say.
a say in this. I have made Balthier is meant to be a machinist, which is with a guns, and he has a gun equipped right now. He is meant to, but he doesn't have to be. In fact, if no matter what character you make, what class, they are very good at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I like this version so much better than the original. I am kind of hungry though.
Just pick one. Let's see, there's Monk, Red Mage, there's Black Mage, there's Knight. Not. Keep it.
Oh yeah, let's go back to
Time Mage.
Which ones do you have?
Got Time Mage, Knight, Black Mage, Red Mage, Monk, Archer, Foebreaker, Ulan, Machinist. That's it.
You got Archer?
Bushi.
Yeah, Bushi.
That's it.
You have 11?
Yep. that's all
Or
of them.
you don't have White Mage on there,
I don't
right?
have White Mage and I don't have Shikari.
Okay, so you have 10.
Yep.
Alright, start rolling.
Did I hit that one in? Wait. Okay. Alright, they're on there.
Roll.
Alright, we'll
So
look
are
at-
we doing whichever it
It's
lands
ju-
on,
it's
or are
gonna
we
be
doing...
yeah, it's gonna be the first one it lands on. There's a lot that we would have to eliminate. It is Archer.
Balthier
Balthier is an Archer.
or Fran?
That's Vaughn.
This is this is Vaughn. So do we want Fran or Balthier?
I've never seen Balthier as an Archer. That's kind of interesting.
Okay, yeah, let's do Balthier. I haven't either. Let's do Balthier.
Balthier is your Archer.
So that means we're gonna have to change Fran's.
Well, at least we can just give him her bow.
Yeah, we can.
That'd be funny if he was if she gets Machinist, and then they just swap weapons. And it is Time Mage.
Time Battle Mage, alright. We do not have a crossbow for her. So we're kind of at a loss right now.
I see.
Because if we give Balthier her bow, she will have no weapon. But he can also equip, because he comes with it, he can equip that first gun.
So maybe we just have to leave it as is.
Yeah, we should just leave it as is, because otherwise.
Yeah. Let's take
Okay,
these out.
So let's do some licenses. Oh yeah, it's a short bow.
Take those out of the equation. All right. So yeah, the Vaughn cosplay it's not the biggest priority of mine to do. It'd be cool to do, but it's not one that I'm like really like. I don't know when I would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Another big one that I would want to do is the male version of Saber from the Fate series, which would be Arthur Pendragon, because I've seen what he looks like in. I don't know if he appears in like a fan made story or if it's like actual canon, but just another story. But his look looks really cool, and I would want to dress up as him. But he's got a very intricate outfit with armor and cape, and like it would be a lot of work.
Right.
Staying with the Fate Zero topic, once I wanted to dress up as Berserker, and I still kind of want to do that because it would be my first cosplay where I'm just coated in armor. So that would be cool. I still want to do Roxas, either Twilight Town version or Organization 13 version.
Okay.
I don't think I want to do, unless they come up with a character from Ruby that I'm just dying to be. I don't think I would want to do any more Ruby characters. I think I'm good.
I think
I'm
good
good
with
on the Ruby
right
front.
now.
Which kind of sucks. Like, it's bittersweet.
Yeah.
Because when
Although
I'm not...
I kind of did want to do Ren, but I've also seen a lot of Ren cosplays, and that kind of threw me away
When
from
I'm
it.
not cosplaying as a Ruby character, I feel like I don't belong there, you know?
Yeah.
Do you get that feeling? That's why I was so excited to cosplay as Mercury again, because it's like I was letting myself back in to join the fandom. But now that I'm not doing a Ruby cosplay, it's like I don't belong there anymore. It's like people are surprised when I say that I'm a Ruby fan. They're like, what? You don't look it. It's like, just because I'm not dressed up doesn't mean I don't love you guys. It's kind of weird to explain. It feels like I don't belong when I'm not dressed up as one of them. But yeah, there's really no other character from RWBY that I would want to be.
Right. I kind of feel the same way.
An easy one to do for me would be Scott Pilgrim. The only thing I would want to add to that would be his parka.
Right. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But other than that, all I would have to do is grow out my hair. I've got his shirt. He wears jeans. That's it. If I would want to perfect it, I'd have to get his shoes and then get some sweatbands. And then that's it.
Which are really easy to find.
Yeah.
Oh boy, the tutorial of tutorials that I don't care about.
Listen up.
Listen up. This is my time to shine, and you will not skip it.
Like, I know that I've had a lot of plans, but, like, I'm slowly picking them out.
Yeah. Like, it was the same for me. A part of me wanted to do, like, Cecil and Furion, but I decided against it because, like, I don't know. It's just not kind of relevant, I guess, to an extent. And also, like, they have so many fabrics and everything that just doesn't make sense on what their design is. It's not that it's too much work, it just doesn't make sense. You could be someone generic and it would look the same in a way, if that makes sense. Like, you could dress up as a knight or a paladin and it would look the same thing.
I guess you're right, yeah. You did want to dress up as Kuja.
I did.
You do want to dress...
I do want to do Kuja, but I'm a little skeptical about it because
it's a little
revealing. It's
a little risque. You did want to do Kefka.
Yes, but that... Oh, man. Kefka, I got an appraisal for, and that is over $1,000 to make. So that is way down in the priorities to do Kefka if we ever get really big bucks.
Yeah.
A fine bloody banquet.
I don't see that. I don't foresee that happening anytime in the future.
My cuffs. If a dungeon's waiting for us,
but it is something I want to do because I love doing his voice. It's also why we enjoyed doing Zorn and Thorn so much.
Yeah,
it was really fun. It was just fun.
It was our taste of being a mad jester. Yeah. You said that you wanted to do Vash, right?
I didn't want to do Vash. I wanted to do
Wolfwood.
right.
You wanted to do Wolfwood. Sorry.
Which I still have. I still have his suit. I just will need to make his cross weapon. Yeah. And I need a wig. I need a better wig, which I could kind of style the 3 wigs that I have.
Isn't his hair? His hair is just down.
It's just down black.
That's.
I could use a crow wig for that. I just gotta.
Or just get a short-haired black wig.
Yeah.
The cross would be the challenging part.
Which again, all you need to do is kind of like get either styrofoam or cardboard or something.
How intricate would you make it? Like,
I would want to make it so that when you pull off the thing, it's actually revealed what the weapon is.
See, that's a lot.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot more difficult.
But for people to actually get who I am, or they would just know I'm just carrying around this giant cross and a bed sheet with a bunch of belts holding it together.
I could probably do Noctis.
That's another thing that I was thinking of doing, because what we were. One skit we had planned on doing, or it was in rough draft for our Prompto and Ignis episode, was that we were going to get someone to play as Noctis, and if we couldn't, then I would get a Noctis cosplay to try and do that. But we eventually kind of scrapped the idea.
You know what I think?
That's basically paying for another.
I always like when I was writing some of our scripts, some more of our recent scripts. I put in bits where Noctis would make an appearance, but it would only be his voice.
Right.
and it would be a voice sample from Dissidia, and he would just be like,
Not even from the main game, just
no,
Dissidia?
no, it'd be Dissidia, because with that you can make him talk.
Right.
Like you can make him talk whatever you want. And you can turn down the music so that all you have is his voice speaking.
Yeah.
So that it would be easy to get.
Mhm.
However, it would be used all in comedy. So when we had the idea of doing a moving out skit, it was gonna Prompto would wonder where Ignis got the apartment, and there would be a small scene where Ignis is talking on the phone with Noctis, and and literally it would be Noctis saying something stupid like I don't know, like where he's just screaming or something, or like Prompto would say, "Wait, you got to talk to Noct? Why didn't he want to talk to me?" And then Ignis is like, "Fear not, my friend, but he left you a message." And so Prompto takes the phone, he puts it up to his ear, and then all the message is just, "I am Noctis, Prince of Lucis and King of Fishing." And then Prompto just goes like, "Oh man, Noctis always knows what to say."
He always knows what to
But
say.
it would be appearances of Noctis, but always in just his voice in a comedic,
Right.
in a comedic
Yeah.
style. But those are just like little rough drafts that I put in the
Right.
scripts.
Because we have quite a few scripts that we still have to put into fruition.
I've
but-
still got them. They're just like not.
Yeah.
They're either not finished or there's only a little bit that needs to be finished, and it's now just to when do we have time to do this?
Right.
Which is becoming less and less.
Yeah. Eventually the content will come out. It's just it's a matter of when.
Yeah.
It's a matter of when we get the time to do it, and with me already looking for more jobs and all that. We just got a pole and a freaking katana right here.
I feel as though we chose the wrong classes for these guys.
Yeah.
Can we get a redo?
Can we get a redo?
Was
No.
that random?
Yeah. No, those are like standard drops.
Oh.
The way the chests work in this game is that it's kind of weird. There's a percentage that it will be an item or gil. And then if you get an item out of that percentage, it rolls again, and then it will be either a small percentage that it will be that item, or it will be a consumable. Like
Right.
that's how the chest system works in this game. It's like 50. The percentages are all different, but let's say, for example, here's a chest in front of you. Before you press X, the percentage of what you get when you spawn in the area is it will be 50% an item or 50% gil. When it rolls and when you pick it up, it will be, okay, so say you rolled and it's going to be an item. It'll either be 50% of, for example, that oaken pole or 50% a potion. And that's what it is. So it's like a 25% all in all of getting an oaken pole. That's how the chests work in this game. But there are also chests in this game where it is a one-time chest only. For example, you get the spell blind, you get silence, you get telekinesis, whatever it is.
Okay.
Stuff like that. That's why they also fixed in this game, in this port, in this version, that you can now, instead of going back 3 areas to spawn a chest in that area that you want to go back to, you now have to just leave one area and the chest will spawn again.
Close ranks, bring it down.
Also, the chests have a chance of spawning with a certain percentage. Most of the time, they're in the high percentage. It's like 90% chance it will spawn in this area. Stuff like that. I believe I can.
Are we playing Resident Evil 4 now?
Our ranks grow by the hour.
And our troubles with them.
Hey, awesome. They did a task tomorrow, so I don't have to do it.
Cool, man.
At work.
Okay.
Dead.
I feel like, what were you? Oh, right. You said you wanted to do a Noctis cosplay. Maybe.
Maybe, yeah, possibly. But again, the most creative Noctis was the Moogle
Right,
Chocobo from
right,
number
right.
1. Like, and she was awesome. We just saw her in passing, asked to take a picture with her, and it's actually in our Prompto and Ignis Toricon collage video. And
There were
that
others
was
with me.
really very creative.
Yeah.
Like, that person didn't dress up as Noctis. She got the wig,
Wasn't that impressive?
and then she put on a hat,
said it's mine.
put on
I'm afraid the
Chocobo
jury's still out on
Moogle
that
carnival
one.
stuff, and then put on other clothes
Yeah.
to make it look like she
Have
was
you
part of that
finished? When the guards
limited
don't
time
report in,
event
they'll
in the
come
game.
looking for us.
Right.
And I was like,
They
that
are
is really
already.
creative. I liked that.
You should come
There was
with
also
us.
an Ignis
Rather than being by
where
yourself.
this was another female playing Ignis, but
Very
she
well.
had an apron on for like
What's wrong
Kiss
with
the
her?
Cook or something and stuff like that.
You have a lot
And
to
I thought
learn
that was
before
kind
we
of
even get
interesting
started
and-
on your thievery.
But
What's that
you
mean?
don't see a lot of variations on Promptos, but those were creative.
Right.
I liked those. I thought those deserved.
Yeah, that's
Announcement.
another thing that I always try and incorporate in the costumes that I have is I put my
The
own little
situation
spin
requires I
on
accept such help
on
as
the
I
on the
find.
costume itself, just to make it my
Evil
own, you know.
thieves. I shall accompany
Which is
you
what I
until we
did with
find
my winter
companions.
outfit
No
for
longer.
Ignis.
Yes.
That was completely
Let's
custom
think of her as a guest then.
of things I already had.
We were
And
pretty proud of that.
we were proud of that. They were like, this is something Ignis would wear for sure in the winter. Yes. Perfect X saying Resident Evil 5 with Chris and Sheva constantly yelling at each other was pretty great. Yeah, enough to the point where it became a meme.
Yep.
A very good meme.
That game itself is a meme entirely.
Yes, punching
But it's
boulders.
still I don't see it as a bad game.
Well,
Probably isn't.
It was
What
better
am I
than
waiting for?
6.
Was it?
I think so.
I thought you said you liked 6 a lot.
I did like 6, but I rank 5 better than 6.
Okay. Fair enough. Interesting.
Very.
I don't know about you, but I'm quite hungry.
If I'm still doing cosplay when I get older, I would want to do, like, hopefully I look more of the part of Bigby Wolf, because I would want to do a Bigby Wolf cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
And in the same way, if I'm still doing cosplay when I'm really old, I would like to do Joel.
You saying Joel's an old man? Is that what
Yes,
you're saying?
he is an old man.
Old man Logan?
Yes.
See, when I first played this game and I saw this scene, I thought it was like straight from a horror film. Like, in a way, it is. Like, you're surrounded by slimes. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Nearly beat every boss with a stun rod.
Yeah, apparently Mike says that you
Yeah,
can.
the stun rods are OP.
I guess that's what I'll do since I've never played Resident
You know
Evil.
what that means? Like, I have to, because you only want to see the end of the game. I have to buy the game days in advance, beat the game, so that we have it ready for you to play. Because we won't reach the end of the game in one stream.
No, we won't. That's another thing. Fran also comes with white magic. But she also
She
comes
does?
with black magic.
Yeah.
She comes with
I didn't
black
know she
magic
came with
and
white
white magic. And steel. Like she's
Look at you.
Don't you know?
Help you. I own the game on Steam. It unfortunately I won't be getting it on Steam. We're gonna get it on PS4.
It's on PS4?
Yep. They recently.
I thought we were
I say recently.
I thought we were gonna just have it on. Don't you have it on 360?
I do.
Why don't we just do it on 360?
Because it's incentive for me to get the one on PS4. I've been
No, it's not. Don't waste your money for something you already have.
I've been debating getting it, and I want it.
Why?
Cause I like the game.
You already own it.
If I want the new updated version of it.
Is it updated?
Yes, because it comes with like all the DLC in one package. That's worth like $30.
Okay.
It's a worthwhile investment for me.
I can't say
Best
you're wrong.
boss music.
Best.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh wait,
also-
that's what he does with the Indicidia.
Yeah. Except with a sword, but yes.
Get the arrow out of your mouth. You don't look good if that's what you're trying to do, Fran. Get it out.
But yes,
The
one of the best
toothpick out of your
victory musics.
I love it.
This one actually makes you feel like you have a sense of accomplishment.
I remember when like years ago we rated the Final Fantasy victory themes, and we We rated them on how they made us feel.
Mhm.
12 was the highest because it made you feel like you actually did something, like it was triumph.
9 had like it made you feel good.
Yes.
It was just a good feeling, and 10 was like, oh man,
10 was like,
yes!
oh yeah, we did it,
Yeah,
guys.
we did it.
We made it.
While 12 was like,
like,
I am God. We've done it.
good, lads.
We've done good.
We
lads.
ate hearty tonight.
Yeah, like it's just a different type of good feeling.
All the others just kind of didn't compare. Well, 6 was good.
Yeah.
Because it was like, because wasn't the joke about 6 was it was like good pelvic thrusting music.
Yes.
Like that was always
it's
the common
good pelvic
joke for
thrusting
us.
music. That's what it is. But yeah, and then 8's was just awful.
Oh,
like the
it's garbage.
beginning is like, oh, this is good, and then it just goes. It's like,
Garbage.
what is this?
Get it.
This
outta
isn't
here.
victory. This is trash. I don't want trash in my
Trash.
face.
I want to feel good that I've done something.
9 or 7's like Crisis Cores did good. That's not the games. I would like to do Zack Fair. I would like to do Zack Fair. Because that was actually a Halloween costume I did.
You've done it before.
I've done it before, but it was like completely half-assed and completely like last moment thing. The only thing we really spent time on doing was the Buster Sword. But that's now trashed.
You wouldn't be able to bring it into the convention anyway.
Right, because it was made with a stick.
Yes.
That was made with a solid stick. A really good solid stick. I still have it.
Are you keeping it in your car? Or?
No, it's in my dad's mudroom.
Right. This is me fishing now because I know there's more that I would want to do, but I'm most likely gonna remember it after stream if I don't think of it now.
Right. I don't know, man.
I wanted to do Crom, actually.
You did?
I really did want to. Oh, I wanted to do Marth too. The spin that I would have put on that one is it was going to be half Lucina's Marth getup and half Marth's actual getup. So like his armor, his chest plating, and his shoulder plates would be Marth's armor, but
Okay.
a good majority of the core outfit would be Lucina's.
Right. Now, I would like to do, because a lot of my things, I've told you this before, in Legend of Dragoon, I want to do Dart, because he's iconic. Levitz is my favorite character in that game, because he's amazing, and Perfect Deck, you can affirm my notion, because I know you think the same thing. Levitz is the greatest character ever conceived, ever. But I wouldn't want to cosplay him, because I want to cosplay Dart. But yeah, Levitz is life. He is. He is love. He is life. Shrek has nothing on him. But I wouldn't want to cosplay him, because I feel like I wouldn't be allowed to have a spear. As opposed to a broadsword prop. Which a lot of people actually bring in, but if you brought in a spear prop, like that's apparently more weapon than a sword, because you could just swing it around at people. Like I don't know, it's just something's weird about it.
Maybe it's a lot harder to control. Maybe they've seen it through experience. They're
It's
like,
probably
well,
that,
a lot of
but-
people with pole arms have broken a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe we shouldn't allow that.
But as opposed to, you know, a sword or a dagger prop. I would want to cosplay Dart, but I remember looking at pricings for that as well, and I was like, this is never going to happen.
That's on the market?
That's on the market, and it's like $700, $800 for that, and I was like, nope. So I said that might as well, if I'm ever going to cosplay Dart, which I really want to, I will get like molding to make his armor, because his armor is just unique. It's so weird. All he has is a body plate with a pauldron and an arm guard on his left arm, and then it's just black pants with like a buckle
Now's not the time.
and a belt
Rebecca
and
Lance
boots.
Says that is awesome.
What is awesome? I could use some hearty ale.
What?
I don't know.
I could use another blast actually.
I could too, but I'm more hungry than thirsty.
I don't know what I am.
You don't know what you are? What kind of philosophical...
Come on now. We don't need to go this deep.
Going real deep here. What kind of philosophical nonsense is that? I don't know what I am.
Common thief.
They think you some common thief. That's what you are. Common thief. Like a thief at
Better
market.
than a common assassin.
What are you doing? Don't interrupt me. I'm
Don't
thinking.
interrupt me. She's so mean to him.
Yeah.
She's like street urchin. She's like, I'm royalty. How dare you address me in this way? Like, I'm just trying
You
to...
smell.
Like
You
sewers.
smell like sewers and rats.
Pinello,
So does she.
sorry. That dinner will have to wait.
He was gonna get her dinner.
told you.
I told you.
That's enough.
Oh,
She's strong.
yeah. Just yoink. It's like I'm here to steal your heart. He doesn't, but
All right, all right.
he did.
Itchy, aren't we?
He absolutely did.
He stole our hearts
when
too.
you give someone a handkerchief, that's the invitation. That's the trade.
That's the invitation.
It's the trade that will always give you someone else's heart. Like it's mandatory. I give you a handkerchief, I get your heart.
That's the rule.
That's the deal.
That's the deal. There is no backing out. It's like, hold on to this for me, will you? Yes. It's basically like another. It's like a fake proposal, except it's more real than the actual proposal.
I brought you some of those flowers you
This is the scene we were talking about before we started streaming.
I
like,
really think that he was alive at one point.
right.
You always said how they smelled nice.
But what if you're a warrior?
Remember?
Then you always get what's coming.
The king.
You always get it. Because that's your lifestyle.
Were you really a part of it?
God, I'm hungry. Holy crap.
I'm not that hungry.
Even if
You're never hungry. I'm always hungry. You know this about me.
All I need is like a little bit of food and I'm full.
Captain Bosch must have tricked you into it.
Captain Bosch. It became a triangle.
No.
Man, oh
Get
man,
Rexed.
am I hungry.
As much as a favorite character as Vivi is, I don't think I'd ever be able to cosplay him.
I don't think anyone will be able to cosplay him unless they were
Unless you're
little
a kid. If I have a son, I'll have him cosplay as Vivi.
Yeah. Again, I would really love to cosplay Kuja, but that is pushing it in a lot of restrictions and guidelines and conventions. But then again, if women can do it, why can't I? You know? You get what I mean.
I know.
You know what I mean.
I'm sure a lot of people also know. If I have a daughter, I would have her cosplay as Ellie.
You're
As
away.
Ellie?
It would just be mandatory. It's like this is your future.
But then again,
Where are
if you
we?
have a son and a daughter,
Prison.
they
Where
have to be
else?
Vivi and Aiko. There is no...
Or a dungeon.
There's
It's
nothing
really
else.
all the
But
same.
But you must. Because they're from the same thing.
But I have a plan.
And you know what? And
I
you
have a
would have to be-
plan for my
You know
daughter.
who you would have to be? You would have to be Quina.
No. No. Maybe.
You would.
How would you make that costume?
I don't know, man.
It's just a corpse.
With great difficulty. Relax. It's just a corpse.
Just a corpse? It's a corpse,
Just a
man.
corpse. Jump at every little thing down here and you'll wear yourself out.
It's like I'm used to this.
It's like, dude, it's a corpse.
Not even a proper dungeon.
He's dead.
Just
Not
the
even a
bottom
proper
level of the
dungeon.
fortress. Take a look around. We're not the first they've thrown down here.
Where's Fran?
Where's Fran?
She's off trying to find us a way out.
Which she does. This isn't their first time in the dungeon.
Remember what curiosity killed? Just a friendly word of advice.
Are you calling me a cat? Is that what you're
This
doing?
is all the water we've got. I'd save your strength if I were
I
you.
bet you that's sewer water.
Yeah, probably. Just a sack full of water.
See, I could be both here.
Yeah.
No problem. No issues. Yeah, Dart, Balthier.
I honestly thought that Raziel would be a cool cosplay.
How
and
would you do it?
Your dad showed me a Raziel cosplay.
Did he?
You just have to be really good with art, like
Really good with it.
like. Not,
which neither of us are.
It was a bodysuit, but
the art
but
on it
the
made
art
it.
on
It was
it
an
made it
optical
look-
illusion. Yes.
It made it look professional.
Yeah.
And if I could get that, then yes, I would do Balthier.
Oh,
Balthier? Raziel.
and Kane. But
Oh
this.
right.
Yeah, this
part.
this part.
I like this part.
You like this part.
Ham shanks.
You spoiled it. Now I gotta skip it.
Nobody knows what that means.
Now I gotta skip it.
Nobody knows what it means yet. Maybe I was calling it to you. Maybe I'm saying that's what we should get to eat. Some ham shanks.
Where would we get those?
I don't know. Butcher?
I mean, there are butchers here, but
Probably closed.
yeah, that's what I mean. Oh,
What's he say?
he says save me. Oh, but he doesn't. This guy just gets killed in front of him.
Yeah.
Look at this. Bang, bang. Look at that. Look at that club. Right across the skull. You ain't surviving that.
Unfortunately, no.
He was defenseless.
It's like, can you repeat that? Can you repeat that? This is spooky.
Gotta get up. Oh boy.
They dragged him into the arena just so that they could have a fight with him. They didn't just kill him like the other dude.
I think they were maybe going to. This that part doesn't really make sense. This.
Something stinks in here, all right? I've changed my mind. This is no dungeon, it's a sty.
Yet his armor is nice and shiny.
I said you're the one that stinks, Hamshanks. Hear me now?
Love that line. There's so much racism in this game. Like, not even a
You're
joke.
right, Ron.
They're pig people, and
It's
he
like,
calls
it's
he calls where they live a sty, a pig sty. Calls them ham shanks. Don't call a bonga a lizard.
Oh my god.
I'll still steal from you. What have you done? I didn't hear a noise.
No, I'm looking at our figures to see if anything sparks
Oh.
the cosplay idea, which it doesn't.
Which it doesn't. Of course not.
Of course not.
No,
No,
not really.
I think I might have. I think I might have.
Gone through it all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Unless I see something new, like, that comes out.
Which it kind of makes me think.
Oh, right. I also want to do Jacob from Ink.
Oh, right. That's one that's like you've got everything. It's
do.
just you haven't figured out how to do the electric tape on your eyes.
Yes, because he has electrical tape over his eyes in the form of X's, and he's blind. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to go to a convention, walk around
neither, man.
blind.
How does he do it?
He does it because he can feel the beat of the world.
So that's what you got to do.
You gotta feel the beat of the world.
It kind of makes me think in a broad like.
I would love to see an Ink cosplay. You know how awesome that would be?
Great.
Holy crap.
And just
It would the best thing about that would be it would it would strengthen my faith
is looking like a
in
good time for us to
humanity
leave.
because it means that other people have seen it.
Yeah, that movie is so good.
Through the oubliette, there's a way out.
Only you sense the mist.
Thinking in like a broader time scale.
Weapons.
This convention, I had the idea of doing Tidus, and that was another big idea to do. And then now that that's out of the way, sure, I can always do Tidus again, but I always like thinking of something new to do. But I don't know what I would do next year or to the next convention.
Right.
Like nothing's jumping to my mind.
Right.
What I would do next.
Because there's been a lot of popular anime that's come out so far, but a lot of the main protagonists are generic looking.
What's that you see now?
But I get the feeling that we're gonna see a few dragon maids there.
I'd hope so. Like now that now that
you're on board.
Now
with
that
it.
I'm a fan of the show.
You've seen. I know you've seen some Rems before.
Rems
from RE0.
Blue-haired maids. Thinking back, yes, I just didn't know who they were.
Yes. So now that you've seen that, you know there's the. I see one every year.
Did we miss the judge?
Judge.
No, I missed when she said it.
If you ask me, they're more executioners than judges. Not a friendly lot at any rate.
What's happening?
His mouth stopped.
That's never happened before. Do we have to skip this? Something going on?
Willing to overlook race for his more
What?
talented servants.
No one cared who you were until you put on the mask.
Your Honor. Travel for Imperial lands because the Emperor wills it. Am I correct?
Darkness is your ally. You merely adopted the name. I was born in it.
I was molded by it.
Where is the captain?
Perhaps.
Perhaps she was wondering why someone would shoot a man before throwing him out of a plane.
He's in here somewhere. Find him.
See, I don't know what happened with Balthier there. I've never seen that.
Time for the hare to follow the fox.
He's good now.
Yeah, he's good now, but he wasn't in that scene. Like, what the heck happened?
You're quite strong. Too strong even for my talents.
That's why we'll get them to open it for us.
Sneaky beaky.
How is going deeper into this
What's
place?
wrong? You don't trust her?
Ooh.
Fiera's noses are sharp. If she says there's a way out, there's a way out.
Not marrying Fiera, where you come from, thief? It's because she's a bunny girl. What do you expect? It's every man's fantasy, apparently.
Is it now?
Look.
Ah, the prison repository of rested relics and raiments.
So our things are in here?
That's what I said.
You love using that line
I do.
on me.
I absolutely love it. It works in any situation. Gets me out of a bind. Don't it?
No.
Why not?
Because you
don't challenge me.
You don't quite have as much charm.
You don't challenge me though.
Yes, I do. Every
No,
time
you
say
don't.
it,
You just kind of give up.
I call you out on it.
You give up.
I don't.
After I proclaim that's what I said, we just drop it.
No.
Yes.
Nobody can equip that? It's weird.
I don't think Elijah's here yet, so I can't tell my story.
Yeah, where did he go?
He might have pieced. How long have we been going? Almost about the 3-hour mark.
About 3 hours?
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeesh.
We're about to go into, after this, we'll be going into Barking Passage. And I think that might be a good stopping point.
Okay.
Because there's not much else going on. We talked about what we wanted to talk about. Chat's kind of dying off. Not many people watching right now.
My fill of chat. Let's tread lightly.
Plus, I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna have to eat something.
You're losing the will to go on.
I'm just starving. I want to keep playing this, but I'm so hungry. kill someone with a dagger.
No one else is on Twitch anymore. No, only one other person on YouTube.
Well, it happens. It was fun.
Yeah, it was. I feel like we got most of the crucial conversation out of the way, which was good. I did want to talk more about like specific convention experiences, like specific moments or more of them. Like we covered your
The introduction, like how I got introduced.
Yeah, and your panel. We covered like basically just in Broaden's terms all the moments of us getting recognized and of us recognizing other people and you know how that's why we like cosplaying. But
yeah.
It's voice trills. I would have wanted to talk more about, you know, specific moments that we fondly remember from the multiple conventions that we went to. Mike says, honestly, most hyped thing I'm looking forward is Rising of the Shield Hero episodes coming out. That series is way better than I expected it to be.
Yeah, it is for me too. Like,
oh yeah, you said you watched that.
Yeah, the pilot episode. It's honestly a show you would like. I've said that before, but it really is. You if you watch the pilot, you'll be hooked. Like I can almost guarantee that you will watch that and be like, I want to keep watching this. It because you said you really like Fate Zero. It gives me a lot of Fate Zero vibes, but at the same time, it's like nowhere near like Fate Zero. But that's just me. The story is nothing like it, but it does give me that vibe to it, I guess.
The main character is basically me, he says.
He becomes very cold. He doesn't start out that way, but he becomes that way, and for good reason. Like, don't try not to spoil too much for it, because it is one that I would like Marshall to watch. Because I honestly think I've said a lot of things you should watch, but this is one I think you'll actually like. Like I wanted you to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure just to dip your toe in it, just to experience it, because so much has come from that. But I want you to watch Rising of the Shield Hero, because I honestly, truly think you will enjoy it and get hooked on it.
Through the oubliette. Rank is judged by your helmet in this game.
All the judges have, well, not all the judges, the high rank judges. Yeah, Mike says it's actually good, no lie. It is very good. I watched it and I was like, holy crap, I wasn't expecting it to be this good. I watched Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid out of literally nothing, and I'm like, I'm in love with this show. I don't want to stop watching it.
I'm super picky when it comes to shows.
Yeah, Mike is very picky. He's picky like you.
So I am picky.
But he's picky because he's seen so much crap. You're picky just because you don't want to watch other things. He's picky because he's seen so much crap anime out there and crap shows.
Less than a man.
I'm not so picky. I will watch something and be like,
why?
That sounds interesting.
To silence Honda.
That sounds interesting. Okay, I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
Is that all?
If you want to watch something funny, watch Konosuba. That anime is hilarious.
We've caught a leader of the insurgents. She's being brought from Rabanasta, the woman Amalia.
I know our viewer Cat has also said that they've watched that.
Such a faithful hound to cling so to a
Where
fooling
did Cat
kingdom.
Cat go?
Better than throwing
How
it
dare
away.
they not speak?
They probably had somewhere to go.
Throwing it away. As you
But
threw away
you know what
our
it is?
homeland.
They're trying to get us tickets to France.
Holding
It is. Good on you, Cat Cat.
strong for that.
Please do it.
My goodness. I'm still waiting on that $100.
This the
Yeah.
place.
$100
The
donation.
mist is flowing through this room. It must be going somewhere.
You're no Imperials. Please, you must get me out.
It's against my policy to speak with the dead, especially when they happen to be Kingslayers.
I did not kill him.
Is that so? Huh. Glad to hear it.
Also, look at his.
Please.
Look at Bosch's
get me
necklace.
out. For the sake of
I'm pretty sure that's a Zodiac sign. I could be wrong though. I think I'm wrong, but it looks like a Zodiac sign.
Everything that's happened is because of
It's
you.
like an M.
Everyone that's died. Every single one. Even my brother. You killed my brother.
Quiet. The guards will hear.
Oh, I heard something.
I'm dropping it.
I think the guards
I'm
heard.
dropping it, so she just. Look how fast this thing just drops.
Without a sky.
Whoa, you are in free fall at this point. Like, wow. How do any of you survive? For who knows how long that it gets dropped for.
Shush, the guards will hear. I heard something that I think the guards heard.
And then it just crashes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to his back?
He's been tortured. For like the better part of 2 years.
It looks like the skin is just torn off his back.
He's probably whipped and lashed.
Fight if you want.
There's nothing left of his skin.
If you can walk,
It's like
Not
it was.
really.
It's like it was
Taking him with us?
peeled.
Yeah,
We could
probably.
use
He
those.
was tortured.
And you have it.
It's just his shoulders. It's
bruised.
just his shoulders, though.
He's bruised. He was wearing one of those head case things that like locks their head in place.
But that all, fortunately, that all came off in the crash.
Yeah, somehow. His neck didn't break. So yeah, we're at the Barheim Passage. I feel like this is probably a
Yeah,
good way to stop
We'll
it.
have to call it here
I'll get the. Oops. No,
before
stop.
your stomach begins to eat itself.
I'll get the lights turned on, and then we will call it quits.
So in terms of next Wednesday, it'll be the end of March. Should we come back to this, or should we do something
I feel
else?
like it would be good to come back to this.
Because it'll be another opportunity for us to talk about the past this weekend's convention.
Because I think I was doing a pretty good job.
Yeah. You did good.
Talking and doing this all at the same time. Even though, granted, I was just doing a bunch of grinding, but at the same time, I was.
Ain't that the name of the game?
Grind. But yeah,
Okay, so we will. Yeah.
We'll continue
I'm
this.
good with that. We'll come back to this. Again, this is going to be another full play. We'll start it again next week. Next Wednesday we'll pick this up again, but we're gonna take a break on it for quite some time.
Yep.
Because April is gonna be a theme, and then May is going to be another full play.
Yeah, but it's gonna be not of this. It's gonna be another game, full play.
And then we're gonna go through the month of May, for as long as it takes us to beat that game, and then we'll probably come back to this, if there's time. Because June is another themed month that we've got an idea for. So yeah, next Wednesday is going to be, we're gonna continue playing this we're gonna continue playing Final Fantasy XII, Zodiac Age, because that's important. And we're gonna just have another casual chat about how the convention went.
Yep. And also future things that we'll be working on and all that.
So that will be that.
Silver Bow.
I'll do that. We appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you, Perfect Dak. Thank you, Rebecca Lance. Thank you, Cat Cat. Thank you, Gar M. Thank you, Elijah. Thank you, Farm Curry. And I think that... Oh, yeah, and Kefka came in for a little bit, so thank you, Kefka. I think that's everybody. Thank you for tuning in to this week's stream. Again, we will be back next week, Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And, yeah, we'll see you when we see you.
We will see you when we see you, and we love you guys. Come back now. You hear? Please.
Goodbye.